on, it means it's working. Hey, we've got one. If you can make a chat. Sorry, I've just spent the last 15 minutes trying to get this to work again, but it seems like it's working now, so let's plug and play, I guess. Ugh. If we can get it straight. Will it work? Hey, we got a like, thank you. Okay. Hey, we got, okay. We'll wait till a few people join. Here we go. What a bizarre experience that was. I just spent the last maybe 20 minutes. For some reason, YouTube Live won't switch from unlisted to public. So I just spent this whole morning out on the water. It's a beautiful morning. Sun has come up and I've just been literally sitting here trying to get this stupid thing to switch from public. So I finally figured out a way to do it by scheduling the video or the live stream and then going and switching it in another app in YouTube Studio. But we on, so I guess I should just get over that and get on with the business of trying to catch a fish. So who we got here coming in? You wanker. Oh, no, lovely. First comment I read properly. It's alright, I've been called worse. Cheers, guys. Thanks for jumping on. This is actually a relief. I was getting a bit depressed because I've come all the way over. I'm with the family over at North Stradbroke. And I was getting a bit depressed. I was like, I couldn't get, I've got a video sort of in the bag, but I couldn't get it edited. So I thought, we'll do live stream, we'll just chill. It's a perfect day. It's really, the wind has dropped over the last 2 days. It's been blowing a fair bit and it just really chilled out now today. Let's go back and see that. Thank you Ryan Webb, cheers, thank you. But yeah, oh mate, I'm all smiles now. I'll tell you what, before that camera turned on, it was working. I wasn't smiles a second ago. I was getting a bit angry. All right, but we're at North Straddy. This is where I actually busted my shoulder. So, but typically a good fishing spot. So let's go and catch some liveys and float them, and we'll see if we can get some nice snapper or spangled emperor. As long as we get a fish on this one, we'll be very happy. But as usual, there's no guarantees. Have we got people coming on, have we? Aren't I in lockdown? Oh, not in Queensland. In fact, I've been looking at a lot of stuff on world news as well as our news. I don't know what everyone's talking about. Like, I guess the Sydney and a lot of other states are sort of in lockdown, but and it has been going a long time, but it's not quite as full on as it seems to be reported overseas, because I've seen my friends at the beach in Sydney still within the exercising rules and that. I guess they're lucky to live in that 5K radius, but there's certainly I don't think any army, holding people at gunpoint to stay inside. It's a bizarre kind of amount of reporting been going on overseas. But in Queensland, we are not in lockdown at all at the moment, so we are good to go fishing. Now let's get into the livey spot. Man, the fact that this is working is a good thing. But thanks for jumping on. Hopefully we can just keep growing here. We'll get quite a few people on. There's a boat here, so we'll try not to annoy him too much by chatting. Sorry, you're right in the sun there, that's why I keep leaning out like this. Good to see you guys, cheers, thank you. Thanks for jumping on, dudes. Okay. Yeah, that was a real pain. For some reason, you go on the YouTube Live app, or that YouTube app, and it allowed me to start everything, but it wouldn't let me switch from unlisted to public. So I started a stream just before. I don't know if anyone would have seen it because it was just unlisted. And then it just wouldn't let me switch it back. So we eventually found a way, but it was with a bit of mucking around. We do have a sounder again today. I don't know if anyone watched that last video, but our sounder crapped out, but we're back on. I did a software update and a little bit of mucking around with the transducer cable, and we had managed to get it going again. Best of luck, cheers, thank you. See if we can get some liveys here. Oh, apparently I've got my live bait rod out already. Must have been unraveling as I paddled. Okay, so we'll get over a school here. Hopefully we can just nail some pretty quickly. It's nice to have the sounder back. Not only did I get my regular sonar back, but I also got my side scan back, which is cool. It was not expected. I thought the sounder had given up completely. Man, I've got to turn. I can't read anything at the moment. The sun's directly in my eyes. We'll turn the boat in a second. Hang on. Can we see the sounder? Yeah, I'll show you in a sec. I'll have to unplug for that. So let's just get on a school here. We've got fishing to do first. And then I'll give you a look around. It's really nice at the moment. Oh wow, there's whales right here as well. I'll try and show you that in a sec. Let's get this out of the way. Fill the live bait tank. It's a pity I missed that first light. I really like catching liveys at first light. It's a lot easier. Kind of missed the boat in that respect. Once I get a couple of baits, I can relax and talk and not have to worry too much. Sometimes liveys can be a bit difficult. Yeah, I'll give you a quick look around. If we can unplug this. So, there's whales just over here a little bit. And if they come up again, I'll try and show you. But, or maybe I'll flip the camera here. Where's the button? There we go. So there's the sounder. And you can see there was a big school just there. But we kind of see how they're sitting a little higher. Sometimes a little harder to catch. I sort of want a big blanket of them. But you can see it's a beautiful day. The wind's chilled quite a lot. I think it will pick up later on. But this is shag rock just here. Good fishing just out the back here, if I can get a livey. Otherwise, I'll start dropping plastics. There's a little boat there, but the whale was just somewhere about there. But hopefully, is that a new sounder? No, it's actually the old sounder. I managed to get it going. So you can see some low-lying bait. We probably should drop on that. Let's drop. I guess I should probably... what am I doing here? Let's clip this back in quickly. And flip it back. Okay. Sorry, I've dropped the paddle. Okay. So that's just the old sounder. We managed to get it going again. It was a software issue in the end. I think the wires on the transducer and the power cord looked a little, they had a little bit of corrosion on them. So I had to give them a clean up as well. But I think it was the software update that did it. For some reason, there was one guy on YouTube that gave me all info I needed to know. But apparently for some reason, once, like in the transducer has been working for like almost 2 years. And then side scan went a little while ago. And I sort of put up with that because I can sort of fish with just the sonar, but then all of a sudden everything went, and so we had to do the update. It's the first update I've ever done on it, so that's my bad for sure. But what it did is it put the transducer that I'm using, which is the active imaging transducer, it made it come up in the menu again so I could select it, and all of a sudden I had full sonar and side scan back. So to think that something so simple is causing so much drama, and I'm silly enough to put it up with it for so long. I should have done something about it a lot earlier. Sorry, I missed all those. Oh, what does that say? Auctionarian? I can't read that from there. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Cheers, hey, from Canada. Thank you. Cheers, thank you. Yeah, hopefully we actually get a fish. And the Chris fellow, I think. That Chris fellow. First time catching a live stream. Cheers, thanks, mate. Thanks for what you do during the time of lockdown. Are you in lockdown now, mate? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I've got a few mates in Sydney that I spoke to. Oh, look at this boat coming through. I'm going to get run over there. Sounds like Arlong, is that what it says? Sorry, I've moved the camera further away to get a better sort of view of what I do, but now that it's so far away, I can't even see it. Thanks a lot for making the content. Miss fishing in Australia. Cheers, thank you, mate. And, oh, one more, sorry. And the Donut Diaries. Hey, cheers, mate. Hey, Rod, amazing to see you out there on the kayak again. Cheers from Israel. Cheers, thank you. All right, let's try and catch some liveys. Big boat in front of me just pulled up. Let's just give it a little show you there. Here we go. Okay, we might need to move to the other side to get a better shot at some liveys here, but we'll drop on this. We'll see what happens. Come on, make it easy for me. If not, it'll be a soft plastic mission, but that's all right because there is always potential of pretty good snap around this area. Tight lines, brother. Cheers, thank you. Hi, who we got? Palestine. Wow, we get them from everywhere, don't we? I'm always amazed at the different countries everyone's at. It's a never-ending list of countries these days. Italy, Canada, we've done Canada. Oh, is that Donut Diaries again? I missed that. UK, Norway, Germany, Florida. Wow, they're coming in now. England, France, Georgia in the US, USA, France. I'm getting more people from French people watching, which is cool. Brazil, Texas, Denmark. Sorry, I'm reading states as well as countries, by the way. Everywhere. California. What was that? I missed that one. Arkansas, New Zealand, Netherlands. Man, crazy. South Africa. But no bait. Awesome. Okay, what do we got? We got 427 people now. Okay, we're starting to get some people. Las Vegas, Earth, nice. Yeah, let's move. Let's get into a better spot. But yeah, thanks for turning on. It was looking a little bit like it wasn't going to happen for a sec there. What's going on? Do this again. Let's just put that on. Okay. Howdy, Rod. Is that Carolina? How you going? Just joined. Cheers. Thanks for joining up, guys. Yeah, hopefully we can reach some good numbers today, because I know I've been pretty slack on the videos. Seem to get away from me a little bit. I actually did do a bit of a island trip, but then I had like a bit of a family kind of getaway booked with everyone over at North Stradbroke, and then I realised there was no way I was going to get the video edited. So we do have an island trip coming up, and it was a good trip. I had a really good time, but yeah, we just couldn't get the editing done. And before that, it's just been a pretty crazy amount of just, yeah, everything from lockdowns to bad weather choices. So it's been, yeah, I think I only got one video up this month, and it was that kayak video. It's the only time I managed to get out there. Luckily we did get a fish, which was cool. And I even had plans of doing all these epic hookups, but even they didn't quite eventuate the way I'd planned. Just seems so hard. Seems so hard sometimes with family stuff to get things done. Sounds silly, I know, but as soon as I step in there, everyone's saying, oh, why didn't you cook up? But as soon as you step inside the house, oh, here we go. I think we might have a livey. Oh, I think it just got off. Let's try that again. We are on a nice bit of bait here, so we'll mark this. Visual mark. Where are we? Oh, okay. We got something. Did he get off? Oh, we got him on. Oh, no. So, just one of these guys, unfortunately. Oh, I'm still facing forward. Sorry, here. When did I switch that? Oh, yeah. There we go. How long has that been like that for? Yeah, so we just got one of these little, what do they call them? Butterbrim or little mono-y kind of things. These aren't monos, they're more butterbrim, aren't they? Jeez, you swallowed that, buddy. Okay, we got him off. See ya. Oh, sorry here, I'm missing everything here. Oh. Okay, many Koreans watch. Oh, cool. Cheers. Thanks you, Korea. Nice. I think I missed stuff. I'm so sorry if I'm missing everything. Here we go. And Dan Cook. Cheers. Thank you. Oh, cheers, man. Thanks, Dan. I think Dan's a regular, if I remember correctly. Okay. Hopefully, in amongst all of this bait is some ideal liveys. So that was not what we want, that butterbrimmy kind of thing. Okay. There's definitely things down there. Troll the bait. No, I'd like to. Yeah, if I can get some good liveys, we'll definitely put him on and troll him around. Okay, come on, don't fall off this time. Okay, we might have to move spots again. It looks like we're on a big school of these guys. So yeah, they're not great at. Oh, you can put them on as liveys. A lot of people tell me to do it. If we can't get anything else, we will put them on at some point. But we'll get something else. It's early days now. Early days. We'll get a bit closer to this rock and see if we can get. Ooh, touching the screen. Buddy Biggns. I know if we can get one of these liveys on, hopefully we can get a biggin. Should be some big tuna around. He's a good snapper. I've heard of lots of fish being caught. Had a little bit of luck myself on the one trip I did get out. Come on, where are these fish? Here we go, that's a bigger school. Mid hookups. Sound is lit up now. It's got a big blanket of bait, so I'd like to think I could get something. Come on. It's not very deep either. 10 meters. Okay. Portugal. Got any bites? No, nothing yet. We're just looking for bait. We had a bit of a bumpy start getting this going, but hopefully we will get it going. How can I not get something? You should see that sound is kind of lit up here. Why aren't we getting any bites? Maybe just a little closer in again. Do I ever fish with my family? Is that what that said? I do. I fish I do lots of things with my family, but I guess it's hard to sometimes want to film it. And I've been meaning to do a proper trip with my older boy. But last time we came here, for instance, which is not that long ago, maybe a month and a half ago or something, we went squid fishing and we got Fox actually hooked up to a nice big squid. But it's just so hard to film and spend a lot of time baiting hooks and rebaiting and hooking up things for them as well. So we'll go through this little entrance here. I'll show you where I'm going through. So I'm going through, there's two rock edges. We'll just go through the center here. There's usually bait on the other side here, so hopefully we can find some there. pretty clear. I can see the bottom here. All right. Morocco, cheers. Thanks for tuning in. Where's this bait? Today's good fishing. I hope today's good fishing. It should be. It's a nice day. If I can manage to get some livers and head out just a little bit, should be in the money. At least for a snapper or something. We've got time. Okay, we'll look for a school on this side. Whew. There's birds all on the rock behind me. Geez, they stink sometimes. As soon as that wind goes the right way, it's like, oh. I really want to get a bait. I'm trying this side. Better on this side. Oh, we've got one of those guys writing stuff about Bitcoin on here, do we? Great. This is when you need the moderator. Patrick, I just saw your name zip past. How you going? Yeah, if you can report him. I don't know what you can do on your end. It's sort of hard for me to sort of moderate stuff like that. If it keeps coming up, I can, I think, silence it. But it seems it goes past so quick that I can't sort of get him. Got to get him just at the right time. Donut Doris, oh, cheers, man. Thanks again. Yeah, right. You can talk about what a newbie. Oh, can I talk about what a newbie should get as a first kayak? Yeah, it really depends. Like kayak-wise, it really depends on where you're going to fish, I guess. Like for me, obviously, typically I'll be going through surf launches, so I want a kayak like this one where everything can lock inside and be safe, so I don't break all my gear. But if you had a really nice calm launch, you know, you might be better off on like a Hobie or something where you can pedal and you've got your hands free. But typically, like I don't know, if you like paddling, like I prefer this. I'd prefer to paddle than use my legs. So that's another reason why I prefer to be on this kayak. But yeah, there's lots of different sort of reasons why you go either way, I guess. But if you're dealing with surf, I reckon you can't really go past the kind of kayak I'm on, which is a stealth kayak. Everything locks inside. They're much better punching through waves than, say, Mirage Drive. What is that? Okay, so that guy, whoever's ruining the chat, he's getting banned, yeah. Yeah, hide user from channel. Bang, sorry bro, you're gone. There we go, so we got one. We'll get better at moderating. One guy's out. But I don't want to hide people from the channel either, you know what I mean? Like I'm more than happy for people to write. If they're not just spamming it, see, that's the problem. I don't want to ban people. I don't really care what people say generally, as long as it's proper stuff. Oh, see, what's this guy doing? He's just spamming it. All right, come on, Lovey. There's bait balls on the sound. I just can't seem to get one. I hope it's not going to become one of those live feeds where if it does, I'll just move on in a sec. we need to get this something going on here. So we'll move on from this spot. But yeah, no, it's hard to sort of moderate at the same time as doing this, as fishing and looking at trying to read some comments. But I'll get better at sort of blocking people out. But yeah, like I said, I don't really want to get into the habit of blocking people. Yeah. But it does ruin it if some people are trying to say things and they just can't get a message through. But the chat goes so fast, like, I can't keep up with it anyway. Like, what is this one? This guy's hashtags and everything. He needs to be hidden, right? I would agree. I see it's user's message will be hidden. Hopefully it's all his messages. You can't have that rubbish. Anyway, yeah. Hopefully that worked. Yeah, to get a moderator. I know, but who wants to do that? I wouldn't put anyone through it. Plus, I never know when I'm going to do the live feeds. Excuse me. Seems like a bit of an ask if someone wants to sit here and go through every chat. I don't know. Like, wouldn't you like to think that everyone could just get along and not be silly? I guess it's a bit too much to ask sometimes, isn't it? What's the water temp? Okay, so that's one thing I couldn't fix on my sounder. And it used to get a temperature reading, but it was all over the shop. So there is an issue, obviously, with the transducer and something. So I do need to probably look at the sounder at some point. But this time, when I hooked up the transducer again and got everything else going, the temperature doesn't even look like it's picking up a probe or anything to measure the temperature anymore, because the temperature option is not even there anymore. So I can't even try and look it up. So I can't tell you the temperature, but if I had to have a guess, it would probably be about 21 to 22 degrees Celsius. We might just have to switch to a plastic here, and we'll keep looking for liveys here and there, but we'll start dropping the plastic. Come on, give me a livey. No fair, huh? Troll the bait jig. Yeah, it does work sometimes, but I'll stick with. I have more success dropping it to the bottom in the bait schools at this stage. But you're right, like it can be successful like that as well. It's definitely an option. I can just have it out the back and start doing other things, I guess. There is bait on the sounder, they're just not biting, that's the problem. So missed my morning, like that first slide is really when it becomes easy to do. You get them. How far down is it? We're dropping to 16, yeah? Alright, we'll rig a plastic up anyway, because we can't just keep doing this. Otherwise we get 3 hours of me just hoping for a livey. I'll have it hanging out the back if I see a school and I can be drifting over here. Hopefully we still get one. And if not, we'll start dropping the plastics. There's no reason why we can't get a nice snapper or spangled emperor, I guess is probably the most likely. See, that boat's taken off now. Did he get liveys? He was on that far corner. Alright, oh sorry, did I miss chats? Nick, cheers, thank you. Not much of a tip, but love your videos, mate. Long time follower. Cheers, what was the tip? What was I meant to be tipping? I can't remember. Who else inspires you? Oh, here we go, we've got more things. We watch Outdoor Chef live. now after your recommendation. Yeah, Taco's cool. Like, I definitely watch Outdoor Chef Live. Who else do I watch a fair bit of? I did watch that. I liked the series. What is it? Back to Basics was cool. I enjoyed that. They're another Australian YouTuber. Yeah, Fisherman's Life's always good. I still enjoy watching Mav, if anyone's into Mav. Wrong rod, yeah. His personality is what makes it. He's a funny dude. So I enjoy Mav. Who else am I watching recently? Thresher Fishing, I like Thresher Fishing, he's a cool dude. Lots of Australian guys as well, obviously. I've got some mates that are all into, like I've been watching a few Broly's fishing. And of course Timmy Turtle and Briggsy and all those guys, I like those guys as well. So, and of course I still watch like all the regulars, like Youngbloods and stuff like that, you know. I still enjoy all of them. And I like other ones like this, you know, things like van lifey kind of ones, and even like Sailing the Vagabond, all of those guys, I watch them all when I've got time. I'm trying to think of one like a more unique one, because like Outdoor Chef Life is a bit more of a unique one, is it? Plus Chris Bamman, still enjoy his videos, and I like that area he's in, like down the coast, down the south coast of Australia. And he doesn't speak in his videos, so it's something that's a little bit different. There is bait down there, damn it. I can see it. I just cannot seem to get one. Side scan suggesting it's on this side of the boat, so we'll drop down there. Hello from Dubai. Oh, hello to Dubai, I guess it is, isn't it? Shout out. Mav rocks, yeah, he's a cool dude. Come. Yeah, right. It's going to be one of those live streams. I guess they're the majority. Yeah, we'll let this just sit down the bottom for a sec. Rig the plastic up. Any bites? Not really yet. We're just still trying to do the live bait here, but struggling. Who's that? Do a collab with the survival bushcraft guy. Yeah, but who's the survival bushcraft guy? That's the thing, you know, like, yeah. And it's, yeah, like, I enjoy, yeah, I guess if you're just doing survival and bushcraft, but even those survival kind of videos that I just did, yeah, I always feel a bit funny about it because it seems a bit more, yeah, it's always a bit set up, but there's, I guess, you know, what do you do? Like, it's still enjoyable, I guess. Field days, eh? Ooh. I like field days, don't get me wrong. So yeah, I've watched quite a few field days ones, but yeah, look, it'll be interesting to see how he goes now that he's in Oz. It's a different thing. It seems like the algorithm favours a certain kind of video at the moment, and unless you're really willing to go down that route where you're just banging out the sort of the fake survival videos. Like I know one other guy that's going that route at the moment, starting new channels, banging out the survival videos. And it works. That's the scary thing. It really does work. Like, the algorithm loves it. But I don't ever want to become one of those channels. I want to do stuff that I really genuinely like and have done or enjoy. And, you know, if you're not doing it because you generally enjoy it and you're just doing it just for the views on YouTube, then that's not cool, I don't think. I don't know. But the algorithm seems to love it as well, so... It's hard to argue with the results, but I'd rather not become one of those channels, you know what I mean, that has to go down that lane. But a good example, I guess, would be that, say, for instance, that kayak video that I just put up. It didn't do that well, you know what I mean, like in considering, compared to, say, a camping or an island video. And it's hard when you start getting that kind of result, when you know that, like, I thought that last kayak video, there was bigger fish caught than any of my other videos recently. And it was a good trip out, and I tried to make it a bit more cinematic, put some music in and a nice little intro. Sometimes it just doesn't get the love. But you can't really say, because a lot of people say, oh, the algorithm's not enjoying my content, But I don't think that's the case. I think it's just a smaller appeal to the audience, even on my channel, whether it's my subs or just general people that it's feeding it out to. If I can't catch bait here, I'm never going to catch it. Sounder is blanketed with bait here. I just got to accept that maybe some of my topics, like this, in the beginning, the kayak. Oh, here we go. We've got a bait of some sort. Oh my God! If I lose this bait, I'm going to be devastated. It is a yakka. Come here, come here, come here. Just get in the hole. All right, we got a bait. Yeah, what was I saying? I think some topics, even on my channel now that the channel's getting a little bit bigger, I think I've got to realise that some topics, like the kayaking, unfortunately, just doesn't have as big an appeal. So sort of got to space it out. I like the camping trips and the island trips as much as the kayaking, so it's all good for me. But yeah, if I just started just doing camping and not doing the kayaking at all, that'd be a bit depressing, because I love the kayaking, getting those big fish, and it's also local. Okay, so we've got a bait, so we can put that on. So anyway, I'm ranting and going on. I'm not even sure what I'm saying here. But there has to be some kind of balance. Isn't it depressing that the algorithm sort of steers you into just doing what's popular instead of just being able to sort of have some kind of integrity and stick to what you love? But it's so easy to get jaded and start chasing those views. And if you come in strong with a particular kind of content, you can actually do really well, but it just seems a little unauthentic a lot of the time when some guys just switch to something they don't even really seem to like doing that much. But anyway, I might eat my words. We'll see how it goes. You got to pull me up. Well, you guys are the ones that are going to have to pull me up if it just gets too trashy. That's what I was so worried about the survival videos. But if it gets if I start selling out too hard and chasing views rather than good content. But it's a hard thing to resist, because you just know that some things are going to get the views and some things aren't. All right, let's put that bait out. Maybe we'll back up. That bait's still on the sounder. How did I get so lucky with that one bait? Let's back up a few. Are you going for pelagics? Well, there is always a chance of mackerel around here. But I'm not necessarily targeting pelagics. But now that I've got a livey, they'll be on the cards for sure. So hopefully we can manage to get one while we drop us a snapper. We'll head out a bit more, see how far we can go out with this the service on this island. But we're at least in a position where we can hopefully, yeah, big tuna. You never know, a wahoo or a mackerel. Some big wahoo got caught here last time I was here. And they were very impressive. So. And all you need is a live bait dangling out the back, so hopefully we can make it happen. I'll put him on in a sec. I'll just try and capitalise on this bait school now that I know there is a yakka in amongst them. And if we can't, then we move on as usual. I'm sorry, I'm missing super chats. Pretty hopeless at this today. It seems to be a while. I'm really struggling to get it going on. Hey Wade, cheers. Glad to see you streaming again. What are you after? So hopefully that livey goes off and gets me a tuna or a mackerel or a wahoo, but that's wishful thinking. I'd be happy with just a few nice snapper. Okay. Yeah, I hope no one thinks I actually like Sammy Hitzky's a good example of a true fisherman. And he seems to be sticking to his guns. And you do see people start to try different things, which is good. But yeah, he seems pretty hardcore fishing, and that's why I really enjoy his content. Same with Field Day. See, I like his content, and he seems like a nice enough guy, and all of that. But I do find that he's going down that route of like, and because he was stuck in Indonesia, it made perfect sense. He's a big whale jumping. It makes perfect sense that he does that kind of content, but now that he's back in Australia, it'll be really interesting. We've got one. We've got another one. We've got an insurance guy. We got one backup, yeah? Easy. he's going off. Oh, there's a whale like right next to me here. I'll see if I can get him in the camera. He just blew. Here he is. He might come right under me. But yeah, nah, content. It's tricky. Yeah, how far off the back of your bow? I missed that. Have you heard of Fisherman's Life? Yeah, Matt. I really do enjoy Fisherman's Life. It's got that cool radio voice. What about YBS? Yeah, well, I think everyone's heard about Youngbloods by now, so I don't bring him up. But yeah, no, I enjoy Youngbloods as well. I probably should shut up. I don't want to say anything negative about anyone. I like them all, and I understand how tricky it is with content as well. So I appreciate everyone's efforts in that boat, because it's tricky and it's very easy to get a little bit jaded about it all and just go for that big view. Nick Fry, yeah, no, Nick Fry's cool. I've watched a fair bit of him as well. All right, let's put one of these liveys out. What am I doing? I got excited because that school's still there. Drop this down. Where'd that whale go? He was right there. Like, let's see if he pops up again. Yeah, Nick Fry's got some great content, but yeah, there's a good example of the algorithm, or yeah, like that you can see that sometimes it just seems hard to pick that level back up. And he's got almost 1 million subs, so yeah, like you should be hitting those big numbers, and sometimes it's just so hard to get that content going again. Anyway, it's not meant to be a YouTube class, is it? It's meant to be fishing. Let's put that livey on, we'll wind this in. We'll see if we can catch a fish while we talk it up a bit. I guess the live streams do typically become a bit of a chat session, don't they? That's sort of what it's about, I guess, as well. So we're just running a single big treble hook on some wire. Not going to put any weight or anything like that on, and we'll just let that sort of hang out the back. And then we'll switch to a soft plastic on the other side. And we'll see if we can get some hits on that while we wait for this to go off. So typically the pelagics will not need weight on them. They'll come up and grab him if they're around. Okay, oh, almost had him. Okay, let's not lose this bait. We've got two, but precious cargo at the moment. So I've got to be extra careful, because sometimes they take off out of your hands and they just disappear over the side. So there's one. Oh, okay. He's going in. And we'll put a little bit of distance. I know I say this all the time, but you've got to get him away from the boat a little bit, because otherwise he'll just hang under the boat and use me as cover. Just want the right amount of drag on. The kind of drag that puts a bit of pressure on but doesn't pull me in over. Should be about right. All right, now let's get a soft plastic out. Did that say target billfish? Well, yeah, that's possible. There's definitely billfish around here. Oh, Donut Doris, hey man, sorry if I didn't answer your question before very well. I reckon you'll need to do, just try unhooking a tuna with no pliers. No, dude, no. Well, people say that about that video. Sorry, I'm just opening it up for a sec. But funnily enough, that video is far from my strongest video. Plus, it actually got age restricted about a year and a half ago or something. So they won't show it freely on YouTube unless you're over 18. And then it just gets a different set of ads, so it's a bit more, it's like slightly demonetized in some ways. What have we got in here? We want the right one. I want a Crazy Legs. Yeah, that's the one I want. But yeah, look, injuries like a hook in a hand kind of thing do get views, I guess, but I'd prefer not to have to do it that way. It's a bit painful. Well, the shoulder dislocation is a good example of one that I thought, even though it was not as an accident, it's not what I want to happen, I thought it might get a few views, but nah. But it was sort of hard. Once again, it's that kayak video. Maybe it's the kayak that does it. You notice that sometimes I disguise a kayak video in, say, a camping video, because that was a bit of a road trip kind of. It was over in Australia when it all happened. But that video was obviously a kayak based, because I was there for a kayak fishing competition. But I was doing a bit more camping and getting around and sleeping in the back of the car, which was cool. But that video still, you know, even though I had to go to the emergency room, it didn't really get the views. So we got this is a jerk shad, like a Crazy Legs. So it's like a jerk shad, except it's got these longer little legs. So it gives a bit more action, a little bit more swimming action. Does a bit of the work for me. Might wind this bait jig up. Yeah, kayak videos can be difficult. It's hard to know what to make of it as well, because I don't even know if I should go into this. Like a good example, okay, would be that Back to Basics channel. That I've used them as a bit of a case study. I don't know if they'll ever watch this, so it probably doesn't matter. But anyone else that does watch Back to Basics, great channel. Definitely can take advantage of the hot chick thumbnail, because Fran is an attractive lady, and they can put her on in those thumbnails and get those views that obviously I can't really capitalize on, and I don't think my wife's up for it. And I wouldn't do it to her anyway. But the difference with her is she is a legit free diver. She's out there catching fish just like the boys. So there's no reason why she shouldn't be in those thumbnails anyway. So that's all good in that respect, right? But they also ran a tandem kind of trip, which was the kayak trip, which is arguably the more adventurous trip, okay? And it's Azza. He did the kayak leg up to Cape, and the other two did the boat trip. And just look at the difference in views. And I don't just think it's because there's like the good bum nail. I don't think it's just that. Like, that plays its part, obviously. And Fran is, yeah, like someone's saying there, Fran is hot. Okay, absolutely. So do you think it's because Az is hard to watch? I don't know. I didn't find him that hard to watch, but is that right? Oh, hey, don't make nasty comments. I don't want to be part of that. But I'm just commenting on the difference between, say, that kayak trip and yeah. And because they're both, like, arguably his was the bigger adventure, but it just doesn't get the views. And you can see, you look down the list, and it's an interesting sort of study on what people are happy to watch. But yeah, it was interesting. It was a very interesting sort of study for me, because they obviously were covering all the things that I like to do in one channel, you know what I mean? And plus they get to use, yeah, good bum nail, which I don't have the opportunity to use. So yeah, interesting. And get those, yeah, get that young blood money, get those young blood views in, eh? But yeah, it's an interesting sort of exercise, and seeing someone else have to do it. But yeah, anyway, kayak vid, eh? Do I deflate my boat and pack it up? I can, but I don't at the moment, that's for sure. I don't not typically pack it down anymore because I've got the trailer, and if I pack it down, I still do the island trips and stuff, but I don't typically tend to say take it out and just take the kids out for a spin. But when it's on the trailer, I've got to admit, it does make you sort of more inclined just to go down for a couple of hours and have a bit of fun with the kids, just down at the local creek or something. So I've got to admit, I very rarely pack it down, but I can, you know, and if we went on a holiday where I needed to and put it on the river or something, it's possible. But yeah, I think that was like, I used to think no trailer was the way forwards. And it sort of is in some circumstances, like if you were doing a big road trip and you had to pack everything up. Say you were like grey nomads, or you had a big four-wheel drive setup and you could pack it down easy rather than having a car topper or something, then it could be a really, really good option. But I'm realising that if I don't have it set up, I don't say, yeah, for instance, just take the kids down for a scurf at the creek, because then if it's on the trailer, I can take it down for like 2 hours and still not feel like I'm, you know, taking it down, setting it up and taking all the time. So it tends to stay on the trailer permanently now. Oh, something had a little nibble. There's something on the bottom here. It's a bit rubbly, but did he take it? No, it's still there. Maybe we'll do a bit of back pedaling here, or back paddling, sorry. Because we're getting swept out a bit. There's a slight breeze, it's slowly pushing me outwards. So if I can keep over this mark, hopefully we can get a nice strike. How come you have signal from water? Well, I'm not that far out. Couldn't be more than like a K out from the island sort of mainland, I guess you'd call it. And they've got big, you know, 4 or 5G towers here now, so it does start to drop out a bit further out. So if I do start going further out, it might drop out. So let me know if it's getting worse, because I'd like to head a bit further out to get a nice snapper or something. So we're in about 25 meters of water. So I think when we get to the purple colored line here, we should be about go time. They're not what I'd say are the best marks yet. See, it looks like I'm on the bottom now, I'd say almost. A little jiggle. Oh. Whatever it is, I don't think it's big. But we got something. Jeez. Got the rocket right up. But yeah, what is he? A little emperor of some sort? Look at that, solid hookup, straight through the bottom lip. Ah, dude. Oh, okay, he's gone. Sitting on him. Okay. Well, we've got that's the first proper-ish fish that we've got on so far. We'll put a new plastic on. But if that's what's around down there, I think we'll move out a little bit more. Let's put a bit of tension on this livey. He seems to be going down deep. We don't want him just sitting on the bottom. We want him sort of at least a little up and exposed. Get him in the danger zone, unfortunately for him. That's in there. Maybe we'll switch to something that goes down a little quicker, just a regular jerk shad. Just because it's the first thing I pulled out here. From Cali, cheers, thanks for watching, guys. Favorite videos. Hey, we got 700 and something people now. That's pretty good. We're starting to get into those old numbers. I remember once I did a live stream and I didn't really expect to get that many people, but I think I had almost 1,500 people watching at one point, which is ridiculous because I pretty much just talk rubbish and don't catch fish on live streams for some reason. But thanks for tuning in anyway, eh? We're going to catch something. Oh, that's no good. Yeah. Gone wonky. that's a little bit better, a little bit straighter. Let's go and find some marks. 7:51. And turn away from the sun so I can see what's going on. So we'll slowly start moving away from shag. Let's have a look on the sounder. Maybe I can show you what... Oh, I just bumped the power cord and the sounder turned off. So it's obviously still pretty touchy. Let's see. Just that small touch is enough. So we're rebooting now. But so we've just come from that shag rock there. We're going to move out from there and we'll head out to maybe Middle Reef. Hopefully on the way out we find something a bit bigger. Let's re-hook it up here. I've got this new holder. I had it on the last live stream as well. It's this big ram mount. Seems to hold it well, but holds it a bit further away so you can see a bit more around me. I think I said this before, but it makes it a little bit harder on the iPhone to see the actual text. Sweet Lip Nursery. Yeah, no, in close, hey. Hit the thumbs up. Oh yeah, thank you. As much as I don't want to say it, please hit the like button. It does help. Let's get those numbers up. Oh, let's play around with this power cord. We do need that sounder. Come on, turn on. Let's boot the sounder up again. Get rid of this. Yeah, North Straddie's a pretty cool place though. I've come here a fair bit recently. It's cool. It's nice to get the car on the sand, and much to my embarrassment, we were coming down. We have a couple other friends that came to camping with us this time. Well, we're not camping, we're actually in like a cabin-y thing. But we all went down in like a convoy, and I got a bit excited and was right up behind my mate in front of me. And I literally went and like they stopped, everyone sort of banked up a little bit in the cutting, and I got bogged. Like literally, yeah, in the easiest part, like a downhill run as well. So it was pretty embarrassing. I had to dig the car out yesterday. Didn't take too long to get out, but yeah. If anyone saw me on Main Beach, yes, that was me. And yes, I'm hopeless. All right, we've got sounder again. Here we go. Let's go back. Lots of mackerel in Yeppoon. Yeah, I'll have to get back up there. I drove past Yeppoon recently. Did a big drive up, actually. It's quite a big one. Okay, where's Middle? Here we go. So we'll start to head out. We'll get out to Middle Reef. There is a boat out there already that I can see. But hopefully we can drop and get maybe a snapper or two. What's the biggest fish I've caught? Oh, probably about 1.60 m or 1.70 m, somewhere a high, 1.60 m something. And I guess it would be a wahoo or something. I don't know. I've caught lots of big fish. I don't tend to measure and weigh them, especially when they're that sort of size these days. I guess I probably should, but I'm more excited about eating it than weighing and measuring it a lot of the time. But yeah. Have you ever caught a swordfish? No, I've never caught a swordfish. That'd be something different, that's for sure. Do you target yellowtail kingfish? Target might be a bit of a stretch to say I'm targeting them, but I do catch them. There's a small period, there's a few months where they come on quite strongly down where I'm from in the Tweed area, and I do go out and specifically hope to catch one. I don't know if I'd say I'm targeting them as well, because there's other fish that, there's mackerel and things about that time that are starting to turn up as well. So it's a bit of a mix of what I'm really targeting, and I'm kind of just taking whatever I can get. But there, and I think if I had I think maybe at some point I'm probably going to have to get not a bigger boat, just a slightly more capable boat, I guess. And then I'd really like to try and target them, because it's the kind of thing that would be a lot easier, say if you're targeting with big stick baits or poppers. Having a better casting platform in that area would be handy. I think that would be cool. Not that I don't, I love the boat that I've got, but obviously there's limits to, you know, what kind of ocean and what you can do in it. So, yes, it's a slow, natural progression. Why is that boat taken off from there already? Does that mean there's no fish there? We'll have to see. If the service starts dropping out and getting dodgy, then we might have to turn around. But I think it lasts out to here, so we should be all right. But yeah, be interesting. The Dorado season. Yeah, look, we do have, like, we get mahi-mahi or dolphin fish, whatever you want to call them. We do get them, and they come in numbers. But the problem is, I don't typically catch a lot of them because in the kayak, they're typically in my area further out. So you really need to kind of put in either an epic paddle, whether you go out to the fads or at least out to the fads kind of distance. So it's kind of out of my range. So that's why I've only caught a few on the kayak. And yeah, it's just too far to paddle really. See, that'd be cool once again if you had a boat that could go a bit further. I can go out, you know, in the right weather. I could go out in my boat, no problems. But yeah, you just got to pick your days, I guess. How far behind is your live bait? Probably maybe 25 meters ish. What's my name? It's Rod, R-O-D. I do get a lot of people writing Rob, R-O-B, on my comments, which I don't have a problem with. But yeah, it's funny. Whatever works. I'll answer to both. Where's your boat, man? It's at home. It wasn't a boat trip. This is more of a family camping trip where I am now. Hey Rod, do you have a sponsor? Ooh, the sponsor questions. I do get, I guess you'd say sponsored. It's not like I'm repping the brand all over. Or I guess I am repping the brand, but this is just by default because I like visors. I've had support from the guys at Pure Fishing, which is Penn. So obviously I used Penn reels and all that before. I actually asked for help with a couple of reels, but then the opportunity came up. I sent a big lengthy email, and I don't know what I was thinking because I literally had like 250 subscribers, I think. And I sent an email asking for the world, and funnily enough they said sure, we'll put you on. So since then, I think I used Spinfishers and Jig Masters back then, and it was because of the Spinfisher V, so Spinfisher 5, because of the seals on that reel. That's why I'd approached Penn and chose those reels as my sort of favourite ones. I've obviously been and used lots of other reels up until then. Usually they were pretty cheap ones, and because I was just going through them so fast, spin reels, and then the Spinfisher came along, and then I was like, wow, this thing's lasting more than a season. And then, funnily enough, they just so happened to release a reel that was right up my alley, which has just become like the god of all reels for me anyway, and I think a lot of other people share it. It's the Slammer. So then the Slammer came out, and that consolidated my kind of relationship with Penn. So yes, I've got a sponsor through them, and yeah, and I do use their stuff, but it just so happens to be the stuff that I was using anyway, so yeah. Oh, here comes a boat. Hopefully he sees me. How's the service? Is it dropping out at all, or is it good? See, this boat in front of me here, if it's a genuine stabby craft, here, I'll turn it around. This thing interests me. The boat right here. Not this big one though. There he goes. That's a bit out of my well, let's be honest, it's definitely out of my price range, but it is. But the size of that boat is probably a bit more than I'd ever need, or at this stage of my life anyway. But because I'm sort of the small boat guy, but there is a version of that kind of boat, the smaller version there, that definitely interests me as a possible contender for the next thing, the next thing on the channel. See if that livey goes off. Something like that though, something that's still semi-unsinkable, definitely appeals to me. Especially if I'm going to get a small boat again. Plus, even the road I live on, if I had to get a big boat, geez, it'd be a pain to get in, reverse in on a busy street. What's that? 4.8 to 5 metre boat, ideal. Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about 4.5 to 5 metres, maybe even, yeah, 4.8-ish area is probably about where I'd be at as well. That way I can still deal with the all the the garage stuff, getting it in and out and off the driveway and that. I think it would be relatively easy still for me to deal with. So therefore I do more trips out in it. But yeah, we'll see. Look, that's it's all pipe dreams at the moment. We'll see what happens. Octavo. Sorry, I'm sorry I always say your name wrong, mate. But thank you very much. Thank you. And Easy Free, cheers. Oh, thanks, mate. Thanks for being a part of it again. Did I miss much? Not really. It's all about to happen. Whoa. Ooh, ooh. It's all about to happen. Right on cue. Okay, we just want to slowly turn myself around. I'm just getting him to turn the boat around. No big run yet. Okay. Either this thing's going to just light up in a sec and go bananas, or it's not a big fish. Hang on. Try and get him on this side. There we go. It's easier to fight him on this side because the reel sits in a better spot for me to go up and down. What is this? Oh. There we go. There's a bit more go. It's like directly below me. Yeah, cobia wouldn't be such a stretch fighting like this. Oh, he's coming back up. Got a bit of drag on him. He's just pulling the kayak along. There's no point in me winding against that. So let's just see if he heads a different direction. He's sort of heading back towards the island again. He's definitely making a bit of ground on me rather than the other way around at the moment. What's it going to be? No big fast run though. Great white. Hopefully it's not a shark. Sometimes we do get big sharks here. I've caught this probably down at Boat Rock is where I probably caught my biggest shark. Probably about just under 3 meters maybe. It's hard to tell. He definitely was half the length of the kayak at least. Seen bigger ones around, but I've never caught them. That one was hard work. Luckily I had an overhead reel on at the time and we got it in a reasonable time. Pressure on that spool. We are slowly getting line back. take it easy. Don't want to lose it. It's only one single treble, so it's easy to get excited and pull hooks. What do we got? It's just like, it's like a solid thing down, straight down. It's not running sidewards or anything. No big run. This will be interesting. It's pulling me back out now. Haven't seen anything on the sounder yet. To give me an indication as to how deep he is, but I can tell I'm up to the green line. So we are slowly making line back. It's a rock. Shark, God, don't shove, stop it. Just such a pain to deal with. I'm putting a bit of pressure on here. I've sort of got my finger on the spool. Oh, I'm gonna have to let it go a little bit there with the swell. Putting on as much pressure as I dare at this stage. It's only 30 pound, and I think I've got 40 pound leader. Ooh. Oh, there he goes. No bounce in the rod yet, so I'm not thinking tuna yet. So I'm just reading your comments. Got time, we got time. He's just not moving at all. You can't probably see it, but that rod it's bent right over. I'm not like, I'm not just letting him sit there. We're kind of stuck in this green, the edge of the green line now. Guess I could tighten a little bit more. I wonder what it's going to be. Oh, he turned then. Let's take advantage of that. He turned his head or something then. He's coming up a bit. Could be a while. See if I can show you what the rod looks like here. I'll flip it around. So I don't know if you can see the rod there. But we're not exactly taking it easy on him. So we just gotta stay the course for a little bit, I think. Don't want to lose him. For some reason I'm thinking it could be a shark though, which would be very disappointing. You think the same? It's a shark? We'll find out. Hopefully we'll find out. Just work away at him for a while, I think. That braid, 30 pound. How much pressure can I put on it? He's making ground back. Still in the green though, which means he hasn't made 10 meters back yet. But it's just give and take. He's taking it slow, ever so slightly. It's just slowly leaching out. Okay. Made a little bit of ground then. The no big run is what makes me sort of a bit like, he hasn't really done a big run at all. We are starting to win the battle though, because we're up to the orange now. Just gotta take our time. We actually want to get a look at it. Try and lift that up. That's annoying. And my mount has just come undone. 1 second. Alright, we're put back on. Sorry about that. Why is this not clipping on properly? Maybe we need to wet it a bit. And the sound is turned off. Jeez. We're getting somewhere, maybe. So he took a bit of line then, so he's not ready to give up, that's for sure. Let's get that sounder back on. Well, at least we got a proper fish of some sort. Unstoppable, huh? He's taking line. I can't do anything about this really now. So he's just big, whatever it is. Not much I can do on this setup, that's for sure, except just work away at him. They're almost taking all of the green back, all the green line. So he's making ground now. So I've gone all quiet now, haven't I? It's not a shark, it's going to be a hell of a fish. There goes all that line I just made. That wind's picking up as well, which is annoying, but at least he's heading back towards the land. What is this gonna be? Okay, he's heading up a little bit now, which is letting me pull the kite closer to him. Or not. He's up in the water column a fair bit now. That's for sure. Doesn't really feel like I'm doing anything except slowly moving myself closer to him. That was a good game, wasn't it? 2 winds around. He's come to a shallow part of this reef as well, so he's sort of stitching himself up a little bit. Unless he's smart, he's going to rub me off, because it comes up to like 10 meters here. So that might be the line I've just made back on him. He's unmovable. So he's just taking that line back whether I like it or not. Probably shark now, I'm starting to feel, but you never know. You wouldn't think a really big shark would take that tiny little liaka though, would you? Not one like this. But I guess whatever. Let's at least get a look at him, that's the aim. That out of the way. Alright, what's going on? Sorry I haven't looked at the old chat for a while. Concentrating a little bit. Big mullet, maybe. Let's see what we can get up. Still there, but at no point do I feel like I'm making any ground. Just thumbing the spool just a little bit. See if we can use the rod to just... Please don't break off. Meter flatty. It's the big one. Don't break. Kind of just cheekily using the swell to lift it up a little bit and then just trying to steal some line back. That rod bit. Tips in the water now. I can't put much more pressure on than that, unfortunately. And he's not even budging a little bit. We got 10 centimeters. He's taking it all back. Oh. Playing guitar. He's taking me all the way back to the blue line now. I feel like I'm losing. What are we in? 25 minutes. Well, I did say I wanted a Biggins. This might be a bit bigger than I thought. Come on. Where are we going? The wind's picking up, the boat's taking off. He's going to have to go a little bit harder, I think. Otherwise we're never going to get him up. How far can we push the... Oh, he's taking it back. How much pressure can you put on 30 pound? It's just not moving at all. It's just the waves. Well, what are we calling for? Shark? 30 minutes in, pretty much unbrew. Oh, hey, is that... Oh, no, it's Greg. Sorry, I thought it was someone else. Sorry, Greg. You're awesome too. Oh, man. Whatever it is, it's pretty solid. That's for sure. I'm thumbing this to pull pretty hard now, so I think I can see something on the sounder now, on and off. and he's sitting at about 25 meters. It's about 30 meters depth here. Alright, that was a gain. We've brought him up another 5 meters, I'd say now. Oh, no. Slowly winching him up. We've got him at about 22. Oh, shit. My rod just broke at the butt. Look at that, far out. Well, that's a problem. But it's just snapped here. Alright. Oh, no! Right, well, now what do I do? Shit. None of those rods are very good. Oh, look, he's all the way back down as well. This is just going to snap off in a sec because I can't use the drag. Fuck it. Oh, sorry, language. We got him. We got him. I've still got him on. Just going to have to like kind of hand line him in, I guess. If it doesn't snap, it doesn't snap. There's a very high probability this will snap now. Don't want to lose my reel either. Why don't we just tighten that drag up? It's just... Well... Alright, we're getting there. How can this line not snap? He's coming up. We're getting somewhere. We got him back to about 20 meters. My arms are getting tired now, lifting like this. I hate to admit it, but got you. I got you. Oh, sorry about the super chats, guys. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. Oh. No, he's not off, is he? No, he's still on. All right, we've got colour of some sort. If I let go of this, the whole reel's just going to fly out, isn't it? Gotta be careful. Don't break now. Just give me a, I just want to know what it is now. Just want to know what it is. Can see something. Sorry, I can't really grab the, oh, it's whales as well. It's just beautiful out here. Come on. Woo. Come on, show me what it is. It's a shark, I'm pretty sure. Must be foul hooked. It doesn't even look that big. How can it be? Maybe it's further down than I think. Oh! I think it just came off, guys. But I think it was a shark in the end, which is a bummer. So there's the other parts of my rod. But oh yeah, we'll wind it up. Well, that's a bit of a letdown, I'm sorry. But I think he's rubbed it off by the looks of things, which would definitely scream shark. No, the hook's still there. Hey. So we've got some meaty bits still on the hook, so whatever it was. Well, yeah, Biggns. Yeah, well, I think I couldn't get a really good look at it yet, but I think it was a shark. It might have been, well, that would suggest it was in the mouth or something. It doesn't look like, oh, who knows where it was hooked up, but maybe it was hooked. I couldn't really get a good look at the size, but Yeah. Oh well, it's like this this rod. I've got to admit, this rod has been with me probably since I got my first slammer, and it's seen some pretty big fish. So I guess it was time for it to go. I was putting a fair bit of pressure on it. What is it? This is PE 2 to 5, I think, and I had it bent to the max. Weird place for it to snap at the back. Must have been putting a lot of weird pressure on it. And I sort of was, I don't know if you could see this, but I sort of was resting it on my knee and lifting it up from that point. So maybe it was just a bit too much for it to take in that sort of spot, because I was cheating a little bit with my knees. Oh, well. We'll call it for a yellowfin. What should we do now? Should we put the other livey out, or what do we do? We'll go back. We'll see if we can drop on this little spot over there. At least the hook came out and we didn't leave a whole bunch of line or anything in it. So that's something. Could have been a cobia, because they do look very similar when they're down sort of at that about water depth, that sort of brownish tinge. I think I did see brownish tinge though. And a big cobia, like a big, like meter like 60 plus one, could definitely put up that kind of fight. So that doesn't, this kind of sinewy kind of thing, it's definitely a hook up in the mouth. Doesn't look like skin from a shark, that's for sure. Looks like fish mouth. Well, we could theorize all we want, but I guess, yeah. What should we do? Should we put another livey out? Oh, but I don't really have a, maybe we'll drop a couple of plastics, see if we can get one. Sorry to disappoint after all that time. We were definitely making ground there. We were so close. We were in there, so we were in the see where it's all discoloured and gone white. We were in the white zone there, so we couldn't have been more than maybe 15 metres, 10 to 15 away. So we almost got there. Almost. What are we gonna do? Let's pack this rod up. I don't think it's any good to me now. Yeah. Well, he's towed me out a fair bit, but I'm sort of on the outer edge of middle reef, I'd say, which is good. Probably don't need to tether that anymore. And that's the butt there. That was my, like, that fish is caught, that rod has caught more big fish than just about any rod I've owned. It's a bummer. It was a good one. Okay, I'll go back. Sorry about all these. I missed all of these chats and everything. Oh, thank you, Victoria. Wow, that's an epic amount of money as well. That's silly. Thank you. Legendary. Hardly. I lost it. Jim, is that Jimbo? How you going, mate? Thank you. I will grab a beer and we'll get back. Full-time panda for the new rod, mate. Thank you, mate. Like I do actually get my rods supplied by the pen guys, so save your money, mate. Save your money. But thank you so much. All right. What do we do? I'll show you what's going on in the sounder here. If I can unplug this. All right, flip this around. Yep, I am in Australia. Yeah. So if we zoom in a little bit, if I'm selecting the right screen, there we go. So you can see, I'll go out just a little bit more so you can see it. That's where I hooked up, just around down this base here, and then he towed me out to the reef, and then he kept doing some loops around. You can see him going back and forth here, and he started towing me out to this outer part of the reef. So we should be able to get a snapper here. We'll give it a crack. Hopefully there's something going on. Can you hear that whale? Where's that whale gone? There's whales jumping, big fish. Okay, stop talking about that now, and we'll go and try and catch one that we can bring home. And I've just knocked the sound cables again, and it's gone off. I really need to sort that out a bit better, don't I? Okay, let's turn around. Sound it back on. Thanks for sticking with it, hey? What have we got? 1,268. I think we dropped back down then. Big fish gone, hey? Crotch cam, are we on? Yeah, sweet. Nothing like a good crotch shot. Morning, bro. Can you shout out? What does that say? Oh, it's gone. Shout out to Steve. How you going, Steve? Michael, cheers, great fight. Cheers, thanks, mate. It's a pity we couldn't get it in, eh? Almost, but not quite. There we go. All right. See if we can at least get a snapper before we wrap it up. That better? A little less crotch cam. Queensland, yep, no, I'm in Queensland. I'm up a little bit higher than where I normally am. I'm up at North Stradbroke. It would have been good if we could get a proper look at it, eh? I'm sorry. Damn. At least it shut me up for a while, eh? That wind is slowly getting stronger. Cheers, mate. Thanks, Ben. Yeah, no, at least we got a good fight out of him. And had some ups and downs. Great fight. Cheers. Thanks, mate. All right, here we go. Got a little bit of reef here. Let's just try here, eh? Just going to try and hold position here. Current's going south and I'm kind of getting pushed out east. If we can just stay over it, we might be having some luck. We're losing it a bit here. What happened to the skiff? It just, yeah, no, it was always a loaner from the guys when I was working at the kayak shop. But it just, I think the skiff was just getting into that sort of area where it was just a little bit harder for me to get to offshore places, and even the island trips that I did on it, and that Fraser trip was kind of pushing the boundaries. It was a great flat watercraft and really good fun, but I think the more sort of offshore I did, I sort of figured I was pushing my luck out in the ocean with it a little bit. So we upgraded to the, side graded to the inflatable boat, which is just a little bit better to carry gear and safer on the chop and when the wind picked up. So we returned the skiff to the guys at AKS, which are nice enough to lend it to me. Geez, you'd think I'd get a hit here. Oh, missed it. Damn. There's fish down there though. He took that very quickly. I missed the hit. Rod, am I on Twitter? No, I'm not on Twitter. There's only so many social media platforms I can sort of pay attention to, I think. I know, I keep looking at TikTok and Twitter and going, oh, I've already got enough on my plate. It's funny, like, this is not a whinge, by the way, but it's just sort of a fact, and anyone that's got kids knows it, and anyone that doesn't have kids will go, oh, yeah, whinge. But surprising how much time, even pros like Sailing La Vagabond, I noticed recently, I was like, yeah, welcome to my world, guys. Not that I'm in the same category as them, but, you know, but they've been struggling to get videos out because they've had their second kid. I was like, yeah, I know that feeling oh too well. It seems like everything revolves around the family as soon as you're at home, and yeah, signing up to another social media platform just sounds like a disaster. Because I already struggle to answer questions, and something's grabbing it, but I'm missing the hit because that flew off pretty quick then again. Maybe we can entice him with a little jiggle. How's the arm feeling? Oh, the arms. Oh, from the fight, yeah. It's all right. Now that there's no pressure on it, I got to admit, I was getting a little tired. Yeah. 7, dude. 7 kids. It's crazy. Yeah, and see, then that's what makes me realise I don't have anything to whinge about. Best thing you ever do, but yeah, it's definitely all-consuming. And sorry if I don't answer your messages. I do mean to answer messages and comments, but it's a funny combination. I always try and try and answer as many as possible. Oh, see, this is better. I can see it going down. So we're in the zone any second. I'll be a bit more ready for him. Come on. Now it's not going to do it. Oh. See, I don't know if you can see that, but it goes just really quickly, so something's grabbing it. I don't think they're big fish, but we might be in that, like that sweet lip nursery again that someone was saying. We'll have another drop though. If we can get one, we'll be happy. How's the shoulder? Yeah, good. Just, it's good, feels really strong. If I'm just doing regular motion, say my paddling motion, doesn't hurt at all, feels really strong. But if I put it, say, behind my head, if I move it in certain angles, or if I go to throw, say, a tennis ball or something, it hurts. So you just got to make sure I don't sort of, just still got to treat it nicely. Come on. I'm going to get you this time. Not this time. All right. Find a good mark. Fish one big time, eh? I know, I got done. Oh, great job, good job watching from Saudi Arabia. Cheers, thank you. Oh, I missed a decent fish. It was hard to tell what it was. Possible shark, possible cobia. I don't know. We're not really sure what it was in the end, but it was a pretty funny fight if you want to go back and watch it. So close. But no, we didn't catch it. We got it close. How long has it been going for anyway? 120. Is that like 2 hours? Yeah. 120 minutes. All right. This looks promising. I like the look of these. Just off the main kind of bait school, but just some little rubbly bits and just some little spots. Looks like it's holding a couple of fish. It'll be about the bottom there, I'd say. Ooh. Thank you, Alex. Hey mate, you're a legend. Cheers, thank you. Inspired me to get out there in nature more. I'm looking to buy a canoe to fish. Could you also spear from it? You could, look, canoes, like I've done a fair bit of canoeing actually, and canoes are really good fun. Not so great in the ocean because there's always a chance you could tip it, and they're a lot harder to right and get emptied again, especially by yourself. But if you're in a lake or somewhere, like spearfishing, look, if you've got great flat weather, there's no reason why you couldn't launch off it, and I could get, depending on the canoe, you can get in at the ends without tipping it. But it's definitely trickier. I reckon kayak is the way to go, is if you're after something that's not going to sink on you, and then you can rely on to just get back in, and doesn't matter if you spill water in it. Canoes are fun though. Also, when you're paddling canoes, like if you're just limiting yourself to a single paddle and doing J strokes and all that kind of stuff, you're going to struggle in the wind. It's all right if you've got two people on it, but one person alone can get pretty tricky to handle, especially if you've got like a 4 or 5 meter canoe or something. It's a lot of weight to push around. I'd suggest kayak if it was me, if you're thinking of diving off it. But canoes can be fun. Come on, let's get a fish. We're on the bottom and we got nothing. Uh-oh. We've got something. I'm going to call this for a rock cod almost 100%. Just that dead weight. You can tell when it's a rock cod usually. They just get this dead weight. They call them poor man's lobster as well. And it was right on the bottom. It made it all the way to the bottom. Am I cold? It's not cold here. It was cold in the morning. Probably around the 8-degree mark. So it's exactly what we thought it was. Ooh, it's a big one though. Look at that bad boy, huh? Now they are actually pretty good eating. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, look, that fish is cancelling you, mate. Sorry. Who was that? Oh, easy, bro. All right, yeah, we'll get this guy off quickly. So they call them poor man's lobster as well. They're actually pretty good eating. But, and especially at this size, it's actually a pretty good one. But we're not going to do it today because it's not the target. Might use, this guy seems pretty frisky, so we'll use the pliers to get him off. Because if you do get stuck by those top spines, they can actually be pretty painful as well. All right, see you, mate. Okay, now, two things we've got to do. Find some fish, and you're going into the hatch for a sec because I got to go to the toilet. See you later. Hello. How'd you go? Did you talk amongst yourselves? Yeah. There we go. Back on. Let's try and get this high up in a better spot so we can see. Alright. I feel refreshed. Can you actually hear that when I'm going? So quick, yeah, I know, smashed it up. Just a wee, mate. Alright, let's have another drop. Can you actually hear? You can. Yeah, right, sorry. It's that quality iPhone sound, you see. Yeah, it was ASMR. Soothing. So I'm amazed how popular those videos are, hey? Wash my hands. I didn't wash my hands, actually. There you go. It's got to be done. I was finding, you know, when you when you really got to go and it's just finding it hard to concentrate. It's just had to happen. What are we at? Oh, look, we dropped some views there. Yeah, they like the toilet break. Okay. Do you still have any liveys? I do have one livey, but the problem is I've only got this one rod now, and it's not like you can catch a big fish on it. What is it? It's a 6 to 10 kilo rod, so you can handle it. But it means that I'll just be sitting here. I won't be able to drop plastics. What should we do? What do you reckon I should put the other livey out? I could put the other livey out on this rod and just come what may, but it means I'll just be sitting here chatting pretty heavily. I guess that's what I'm doing now anyway. Come on. That wind dropped again. Livey. We can do it. We'll do it in a sec. I'll get up onto this mark. We'll have one or two more drops because I would like to catch a snapper or a spangled emperor. Those boats have all taken off though. It doesn't look like they're having much luck, but it's hard to tell. They might have bagged out already. Oh no, there's one behind me still. We'll head over here because it rises up just over here, maybe 10 or so meters away. Or 20 meters away. A little bit further over. Put a plastic on the other rod, the bait jig rod. Oh, there's a whale just going crazy in front of me. I'll turn it and see if you can get a shot of it. It's pretty far away. He's a good 100 meters away, but he might launch again. while we do that, we'll drop another bait down. He's not going to do it on cue, is he? That fish was on cue though. How was that? Signal dropped, did it? Okay, I might be getting to about that point where I can't go any deeper. We'll put the live out and we'll troll him back in and we'll see what happens. Just let me drop a few times. I really did want to try and get something here. The broken rod, hey? 140, yeah, okay, so it's pretty bad. Come on. $7.20. Hopefully it picks up a bit more. Okay, it's coming back a little bit. I'll start to head in a little bit and I'll get to that closer mark. Hopefully I'm not 100% sure what the water temp is. Probably about 22. It hasn't really warmed up that much yet. I can't tell the temperature properly because my gauge on my sounder is rusted, or the transducer. It's just not reading the temperature gauge anymore. Okay, let's turn around and get a little closer in then. Put the livey out. All right, one more drop. I just wanted to yeah, let me just see how far away I am from another good mark and we'll... I guess I could switch the rods around. Okay. Give me one more drop. Much cooler before the pee break. Yeah, no, we got some good, we got that temp up. That's how you get the big pelagics in. Was that Andy? How you going, mate? What did I miss? Oh, you missed me dropping a fish of some sort. A big fish of some sort, mate, and my rod snapped, and it was pretty, it's a pretty eventful non-fish. What's that? Sorry, I'm not going to be able to read your name properly, mate. Tampang at the end, I can't remember. Thank you so much. Hey, Rod, can you print a t-shirt with the broken rod and reel hanging? Yeah, right. I've often thought about that because obviously my merch is just on that Teespring thing through YouTube, so I don't pay much attention to it. And I definitely don't want to become one of those people that's always plugging their merch. So I don't really give it much thought. But yeah, I guess like a limited edition, and we could just put it up on a website, have it separate from Teespring. Because the Teespring stuff, I don't really make much money off it either, but it takes care of itself, so I just leave it. And I'd appreciate people buying it, but I think we could come up with a better quality product and something a bit more personalised and have it on the website, and I could just bring that up every now and then. But then I'd have to plug the merch. I don't want to do that. Yeah, let's have this drop and then we'll put the livey on and we'll cruise in. You never know. World's biggest wahoo could just be hanging around. Oh, here we go. I'll think about it. I'll think about the merch. Really cool. I wish I could have got that. Oh, sorry, Andy. I can't read it properly. I was there for that, right? It was really... Yeah, that was... Yeah, that was pretty... You pretty much saw it all then. You missed a $50 donation, did I? Jacob Hall. Oh, mate, thank you. Oh. Watch almost all of your videos going... love going along on the adventures with you. Cheers, mate. Thank you. That's a ridiculous amount of money. You don't have to do that. I'll definitely get a proper island video out soon. I did the trip and I've been back. I just didn't have time to edit it before this trip away with the family. Yeah, let's put that livey on. So the plastics don't seem to be doing it for me anyway. So this setup is lighter again. I think it's 20 pound. I think I've got 20 pound leader on. So I could swap to that 40 pound leader, but I won't because if the leader can handle it, the line can handle it. We'll see what's happened. I've definitely caught some big tuna and things on this reel, and I definitely like casting this reel and rod for spotties and smaller mackerel during summer. But it's caught its fair share of bigger fish as well, so there's no reason why you can't do it. If we get a fish like we got the last time, this time we will struggle, but what is that? Yeah, dropped it. This almost looks like part of my braid. Maybe my braid got caught in the hook because it's really frayed and it's not really fish sinew. Now that it's drier, you can see it's actually lined. So it must have just got caught on the hook and snapped off eventually. Can't get it off though. What's going on? You guys enjoying this? Let's watch a guy untangle fabric off a hook. Riveting. Here we go. I think we're getting somewhere now. Okay. How can something so minor be so tedious and hard? Okay, come on, off. Yeah, there we go, we got it. It is riveting. Yeah, it's funny how like things have changed and like you can do like a live stream like this. I guess people just like, because I know I do, I'll sit there and watch live stream. Something about the pace of it. I guess it's sort of like a podcast as well, especially if it's live. Let's put that in here. Yeah, there's something about it, isn't it? But probably should make it a little bit more interesting than this. Be very happy with tuna or something. Yeah, something we can eat and we can bring in, and there's a couple of families in there. Like we went away with a few people, so if I go in with a fish, that would actually be most impressive. I didn't talk it up too much. Oh look, chats. Sorry. So we definitely cannot put anywhere near as much pressure on this as we could on the other one. Not that it worked anyway. In the end, we were basically just hand lining him in pretty much. That braid was surprisingly strong though. Definitely didn't snap under the pressure. Just a big arch on there now. Look at that. Come on, buddy. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, we got him. Sometimes they swim under the line, under your leg. They can sneak out the side there. No! Could you see that? Okay, he's going in. He jumped from my hands then all the way out to Okay, we'll just get him out there quickly. He jumped out of my hands all the way into the footwell then. Almost got away. I better turn around because we're probably going to lose service or something. All right. Let's see what happens with this livey. You never know. All right. Good luck. All right. Let's chat it up. Does your wife watch my channel? Look, she does. She does. She's a bit over it at times. But in general, yes, and she does enjoy it. She's more interested. She gets more interested in the island trips because a lot of time, obviously, she's not coming out with me on them. Like, she's been to the islands, but we've never filmed one together. But she's more interested in those trips. And I guess that goes to show you what people are interested in general. Because, like, let's put it this way. If I put a video up with me on a kayak in the thumbnail, there's a good chance it won't get big numbers. If I put a video up with me sort of hiding the kayak, but you can still see me on a fish, I'll get people. But as soon as they are, say, if they're boaties and fishermen, they land-based, as soon as they see the kayak, they're usually like, no, I'm out. I'm not a kayak guy. But if I put an island video up, so kayak's niche, fishing's niche enough, kayak's even more niche, so it's hard to get the views these days. But if I put an island video up, even my wife will watch it. so it just goes to show you the difference, like in the audience. Because if I put a nice shot of a tropical island, even if it's just me holding a fish and I'm about to cook it up or something, that's why that thumbnail is so. It seems to be popular because it appeals to people that like islands, people that like camping because it's in the title, people that like fishing, and it also just appeals to people that like holidays, I guess, and tropical stuff. So yeah, and cooking if we're about to cook it up. So you got to just find that, yeah. So my wife does watch the videos, I guess, but she's a bit over it as well sometimes. But yeah, it's funny. It's an exercise in numbers and trying to find what's less niche and trying to appeal to a wider audience, but still not being a sellout and just big whale jump there somewhere. I missed it. But yeah, not just selling out and doing survival videos every day. But so it's that funny. I don't want to get on that topic again though, do I? All right. So we could swap the live bait rig over and try and do some drops with that. We'll just slowly make our way over the shag. See if we can find something to grab it. Turn it into a chatty session. What have we got? Still 933 people watching. Crazy. What's that about the kayak? I missed that. Love the camping vids. Yeah. No, I really like the camping vids too. They're good. They require a bit more effort when it comes to driving and stuff. But the good thing is if I typically go, I can usually get a few videos out of the trip as well. So it's definitely worth it. And plus I get to go to the islands and get fish that I don't fish in crays and things that I don't normally get down here as much. So it's nice. It's been a nice sort of balance. I'd do a collab with Andy. I've got to get up there again. It's pretty far. It's probably it's about 1,500 kilometers, maybe give or take 100 or two to get to Andy, where Andy is from me. So it's a bit of driving, but one day we will get back up there again. And then the further up I go, like if I get up to about Andy's distance or further up, I start to want a different kind of boat as well, because there's crocs and there's other opportunities, but I don't think I'd want to take advantage of too many of them with my boat as well. So a few things to consider there. Aussie ain't small. Yeah, I know. It's pretty far. But we'll get there. I want to get up there again for sure. And you know what I mean? There's more islands and things. There's more opportunities up there. It would be cool. 15 tinny. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah. Well, I've been thinking a fair bit about a boat recently, but it's got to be the right kind of boat. Yeah. Have I got some dislikes? 9 dislikes. There's always at least a few dislikes. I think I've said this many times, but you can't be friends with everyone. The best dislike is the one, yeah, that happens within like the first, say, 30 seconds of you putting up the video. So it didn't matter what I did. That guy just hates my guts. He just doesn't like the look of me. It's like, oh, it's pretty funny. What can you do? Can't be friends with everyone. All right. Livey looks pretty jittery. Just keep him slowly moving along. This day's turned out to be a good one. I was a bit worried that it was going to be blown out like the last 2 days. We've been here for 2 days already and it was pretty sketchy. Like yesterday I wouldn't have wanted to be out here. And I put all my faith in today because I was like, oh, I was talking up to the wife that I was going to do a few live streams in a row. But it turns out this is the day to do it. I definitely couldn't have done it yesterday. It was way too windy. We'll talk, Andy. I can see someone saying something there about meeting halfway. We'll talk. What have we got? Hit the thumbs up button. Yeah, guys, hit the like button, please. Does help. Rocky Kid, would you suggest getting a pedal or paddle kayak? Oh, we've covered this a lot. Quick answer. Depends on where you're paddling. If you've got to go through surf and that, I definitely suggest paddle. Because pedal can be pretty tough in the surf. But it really depends. You've got to sort of take into account where you're launching from. Everyone's launching in different spots around the world. So it really depends. We're still on the 9 dislikes. It's funny how quickly it does go up when I ask people to do the like. It's surprisingly, yeah, look, because it's going up now. I think I tried to find the like button once when I was watching someone else's live stream, and it was hard to find. You have to, if you're on the phone, I think you have to close the chat down before you can see the like button. So I think that stops a lot of people from finding it and pressing it, maybe. Or maybe they just don't like it. They have to double click it, do they? Yeah, right. Hope I don't get a big shark on this one. Yeah. I don't know if my arms will have the gas in them. My accent. Do I have an accent? I don't feel like I have an accent, but I talk like everyone else here, see? Hi from Scotland. Lol, Australian, Aussie accent. See, now I don't want to think about it because then I'll be conscious of it and I'll be either turning out or trying to stop it. Little bit. Yeah, I don't have a really thick, like, crazy Australian accent. There's a whale smashing his tail on the back there. Micah, how you going, mate? Just saw that fly past. Just saw the name. Cheers, mate. Thanks for always tuning in. Gotta love the live streams. 10 clams, big ones. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Hopefully we'll get a fish on this livey. We're putting it all our hopes are on the live bait now because we kind of broke the rod and reel. Can you guys hear that slapping on the water? That there's like a whale just over there. He's slapping his tail. Don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's going off though. There's a bunch of lines a little higher up in the water column, maybe halfway up. We're probably at about 25 meters. And there's lines at about 20 to 15 meters in between there. So we'll see if this guy gets a bit scared. Yeah, I'll turn this way and see if I can show you that whale. He's going. Oh, he's a bit far away to really get a good shot of him. Probably need to turn the camera around that way. There, he's a little dot right out there somewhere. See that dot on the horizon? That's a whale tail smashing the surface. He's probably maybe 200 meters away though. He's a fair ways away. Oh, there's two. Look at that. $14 dislikes. Oh, see, that cam is super low quality. Is it? Oh, is it? Well, it might be because my I might just be getting a bit too far away from land. Yeah, I'll turn back around. We'll head in a bit. What whales are they? They'll be humpbacks mainly. Pretty much all humpbacks travelling up and down now. They've just done the migration up, had their babies, and they're on their way back down. So they're around here now, but they'll be making their way all the way down the east coast. But you'll see them everywhere at this time of year. Yeah, I'll try and get a shot I'll try and get a shot if we can. Where am I? Where's the? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Picture is clear again. Yeah, I think it gets a bit patchy as I get a bit further out, because we're getting like the cell phone tower from the islands, but obviously it's no big city. So it's a little bit patchier than normal. In Hawaii, yeah. God, I'd love to get back to Hawaii when all of this craziness just opens up again. I think someone asked us a second ago if you can fish in Victoria. Look, as far as I understand it, I don't know the rules in Victoria, so don't quote me by a long shot. But I know in Sydney, I think they're still allowed out within your 5k radius. So yeah. If you've got water within 5k's, I think you can still go. But look it up yourselves, because I don't want to be responsible for that. Because I know that the rules are changing all the time. And I know that they were trying to steer people away. When Queensland went into lockdown briefly, we did like the rules were very questionable, and you could tell that they were trying to steer people away from it. Because they pretty much said no recreational boating. Whatever that means. Technically, I guess I could claim, especially on the kayak, that it was exercise and that it's my job. So I guess I might be able to still get away with it. Oh, we got the 20% battery power warning. I did bring the power bank, but I don't know if we'll keep it going. We'll see what we get. How long have we been going for? Need a license for kayak fishing? You'd still need a fishing license if you're in New South Wales. You don't need a fishing license in Queensland. Hello from Texas. Hello. Keep going. We'll go for a bite. When we get to the 10% battery warning, we'll make a call. We're just slowly heading back to Shag Rock. Geez, it'd be nice to get like a big Spanish mackerel or something, wouldn't it? It's kind of not really the season, but you get them all year round here. It's very possible. If I went down to Boat or something, Boat Rock, but that's a bit of a paddle here, and I don't know what the service would be like. It might actually be better down on the point. But it's a bit of a big paddle at this point of the game. Rogue longy, yeah. Well, the longtails should definitely be around, zipping around. Big yellowfin would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, I saw a few mates, the guys that I went and stayed with in Hawaii, it seems like ages ago now, but Jason and Adam, they were super nice. They were on Kauai. They put up with me for a whole week, and it was so nice. They showed me around, gave me a kayak to use. I often think about that trip and think, geez, if only because I wasn't quite there when it came to making the videos. I wasn't quite there yet. I wasn't talking to the camera. I was I'm still a bit shy. So I didn't make the videos. The videos that it could have been didn't really, they just weren't, it just wasn't ready then. So if I did that trip again, geez, I tell you what, we'd get some good footage and some good vids out of it. Might just check on this guy. No, he's still there. He's still alright. Felt a little light. There's no reason. Are we back? Let me know if it comes back. Oh, we're back? Yeah, cool. Yeah, it said I dropped signal. And I'm closer in now. Guess it's just patchy. Alright, we'll give it a go in here. See if we can get something exciting. I don't know if you heard any of that, but hook up the battery pack. I know I left it too late that other time, didn't I? Oh no, look, we can jump back up again. Here we go. 8:43. Still got people, I guess. Yeah, I'll get the battery pack out and we can just hook it in. Okay, here we go. Try and do it without touching salt water on any metal parts. Here we go. I think that's charging. Did that go on? Let's unplug and plug in again. I have no idea whether that's charging. It didn't make a sound. Let me just flick up for a sec. Okay. We might have to start dropping that soft plastic on that line there. Otherwise it could get pretty boring. I look younger now. Well, I'm not, unfortunately. Yeah. Drag set low. Yeah, I think so. Let's check it. Yeah, it's pretty good. What could go wrong, hey? Where does my YouTube name come from? Not this question. I'll go through it once more and then we'll leave it be. Do I even want to do this? Look, it's just a remnant from when I started the YouTube channel just so I could post videos. And I was a graphic designer, and they made you at school come up with like a business name. So Rocket was obviously a nickname that some of my mates would call me, because obviously Rocket Rod. So I just called it Rocket Design. But then I went to register it at the Department of Fair Trading, back when you actually didn't have the internet and you had to go in somewhere and register things. And they wouldn't let me have it. So I had to come up with this stupid idea that I would just use Kit. So Rocket, and then Kit would repeat, and I could sort of just shadow it because the logo sort of duplicated the name in a way. So it just was Rocket Kit, and I had no intention of doing fishing videos or anything like that. It was just simply so I could comment on other people's videos and watch videos, you know. And then it was mainly, my design business was called Rocket Kit. And that's why it was called Rocket Kit Design and Nice Persons Club. But then all of a sudden it turned into Rocket Kit Fishing and Nice Persons Club. And now it's just pretty much Nice Persons Club. So that's a very rough one. I've gone through it quite a few times. Oh, what's this? Webcam, hot chat, hot girls. Yeah, sick here. I might switch over. But first, I might put you in a timeout. There we go. See you, bro. Start fishing, dude. Yeah, I know. It's live stream. It's like we've got a livey out, and I broke my rod earlier in this video, so I don't have another rod to really do fish with. But I guess I could switch the. So we are fishing in some way, but live stream's a lot about the chat sometimes, unfortunately. I know it gets a bit boring. I could do it. Means I'd have to. Okay. What have we got? I'll just shove this in here. We can deal with this later. Might mark that. Some nice marks. Very small bit of very old fluorocarbon leader on here. But we'll give it a crack. Yeah, live feed is very much about the chat a lot of the time. Sometimes it's hard to catch a fish on cue. Depends on the type of fishing, I guess. But I'm sorry. Some people don't like the chat as well. I guess it is a lot of talking, but it's a different type of content, you know what I mean? Like, I've had people send me like messages saying, oh, you know, I don't care much for that live stream stuff, but it's not really in replace of content, it's extra content. So, you know, if you like them, that's good. If you don't like them, and I think more and more people are coming around to it. They're starting to get on, especially because Twitch is so popular and everything's so popular now, that people are tuning into a different type. Even podcasts have a sort of similar feel. You can interact with the person that's making the video so much more this way than you could ever in a regular video. Like, I could cover in 10 minutes in this format, I can cover probably more than I could cover in 10 videos sometimes, unless it's just an informational video. But you're right. Let's drop down. We'll see if we can catch something on here as well. Oh, it's all dry. I might have to cast it out. The annoying thing about this reel is the spring on the bail arm is dead, so I need to just get the line loose first. I have to just manually flick it over. I manually flick over most of the time anyway, but yeah, so the chat, it's all about the chat, isn't it, live stream? What's that live you doing? And some people are into it, some people aren't, you know. It's definitely different. But I think I look at it as it's definitely an interesting new kind of thing, and I dare say live stream will become more and more important on everyone's channel as time goes on. So I'm glad I sort of adopted it at least semi-early, because I've done quite a few now. Like, I remember it was a couple of years ago, I think I did the first live stream was at that Dave Irvine Snapper Classic. And back then, I think no one really knew what to make of it, including me, and I definitely didn't know how to do it. But as time's gone on, I think it's become more popular. Like, I don't think I had more than a couple of hundred people watch the very first one. Whereas now, we've still got 781 people on, which is still semi-respectable. It's definitely different. You know what? I don't know what my drag's on like here. Some fish just jumped behind me then. Whether they're going to go after my livey or not, I don't know. Oop. And we are on some kind of... It's really still at the moment. I can hear everything. There's a splash over there as well. You can tell the wind's dropped right off. Look, I'm not even having to correct really much with the paddle at all. It's just pretty much dropping straight down, which is nice. Be nicer if there was a fish on there though. What are they? They're little mac tuna or something. Let's have a cast at them. Ooh. Probably not going to make it with that cast. Wind it in. It's nowhere near far enough. I need a medal on or something. Oh, something's had a go at that. Ooh. Let's get a bit more organised. Guy's got a bit more of a run on him. Try and show you when he goes a run. What's it gonna be, eh? There's definitely things hanging around. Please be one that's good on the chew. We want good eats. What do we got? We got colour already. It's not huge. Oh, still putting up a good fight though. Looks like a big bonito, which is good. Good sashimi. That must have been what was busting. Jeez, go bro. That'll probably be his last run though. I can think he's got a couple of mates around him as well. Ooh, got a bit of power, this guy, for a little bonnie. Oh, he's a big bonnie. He's about as big as they get. He might be foul hooked. This might be why he's putting up such a big fight. Oh! Well, it was a bonito about that big. Damn. Oh. Should have gone a little lighter, like he's sprung it. Yeah, well, I reckon he was probably foul hooked. That's why he seemed like be putting up a bigger fight than for his size. But he's probably, for a bonito, they're really good sashimi. It's probably about that big. So different from what you'd call, say, in the US, a bonita, I think they call it, which is like our mac tuna. It wasn't a mac tuna. Yeah, on the bigger size for a bonito. But he might have been foul hooked and he sprung it out. But anyway, that's a bummer. Why did I? Should have gone a little softer. And now I'm out of liveys. Well, that might be my trip done, I think. Like, I'd keep at it, but is it going to be a bit boring? What do we see? Look, it's funny how the views go up when I'm onto a fish. Just cannot get one in the boat, eh? Bummer. Now we've got to rebait the livey. To get a livey, we'd have to let's have a couple of drops just in here. There was good stuff going on. So we'll see if we can get one still. Damn. I did actually mark that spot though, and it seemed pretty fishy. Let's get back on it. Going the wrong way apparently. Yeah. If I'd lightened up then, it probably would have been fine. I just got a bit excited. It's easy to get excited. Let's detangle this a bit. There's splashes still over there. Maybe if we just let this sink down a bit, give it a couple of jigs. Bummer. Fishing. Live stream fishing. It's always a bit of it's a tough ask sometimes, isn't it? I guess I would have lost that, yeah. Would have lost that anyway. I was just getting a bit excited, I think. It went too hard. Just wanted to get him in. I could see him there. Oh well. That would have been good sashimi. He was about the right size. Perfect sort of lunch snack. Oh, what's that one? Cheers, Jake. Thank you, mate. Just to chill. Is that the chat? The chat? Can you say what size reel you use on the rod that broke? That's a 5,500 reel. There's a Pen Slammer 3. Oh, you know what? I got a message from the guys at Pure Fishing, actually. The guys that do Pen. And they're sending me up something special. So I should be one of the first sort of guys to get my hands on the this particular reel. Yeah, the new Slammer. So I don't think there's many in Australia at the moment. So I should get the Slammer 4 over maybe next week. I should be able to do some fishing, and I'll do a little unboxing, but I've got to get it out. I'll hopefully get some big fish on it. So that'll be cool. Look at that. What is that? Definitely things on the sounder. Let's just drop on that. You never know. It's in about 15 meters of water, big arch. Drop a plastic down on his head. Yeah, no, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how many sales, like say a Slammer, because they definitely have become a very popular reel. I'm gonna get caught on my own line in a sec if I'm not careful. Let's back up a bit. It's just nothing worse than getting caught around your own rudder. Yeah. But look, I'm lucky to get my hands on those reels early, so I'm looking forward to them. Because if there's any reel that's sort of changed the way I fish, especially on the kayak, and made things last, and yeah, like the Slammer's the one. Spinfisher was all right, but when they get dunked as many times as mine do, then the Slammer just took it to another level where I don't service my reels anymore. Let's put it that way. So This is a 3,500. That was probably in the first batch of ones I ever got. The only thing that's broken on it so far is the bail spring, and that's probably my fault. That's the one thing I think they have actually improved on that. But just the bail arm spring, I should be a bit more religious in opening it up and giving it a bit of grease up every now and then, and it would stop that issue, because I've had the bail arm spring fail on a few of them, but apart from that, nothing else has failed. And that's like, you know, one of them I had for, I think I opened one of them up after about 2 or 3 years, and it was like, it looked like brand new inside. So I don't even bother opening them up anymore. I just use them, and then if they break, well, the only one has actually gone back. I'd sent it back for a service, and I thought they'd send it back, and they never sent it back. They sent me a new one. I said, no, I actually wanted that one back. So I wanted to see how long it went, but I know they threw it out. I was like, you're kidding. They're just not used to kayak fishing reels, because they thought, oh, this thing's shot. And I was like, no, that's still a good reel. Could use that for another 2 years. Let's get back up here a bit. Alvy reels. Look, Alvy, like the old school Alvies are good, but they're so bulky in my kayak that they're sort of a bit of a tough call. Great for the beach. But having said that, when there's something like a slam around or any kind of those proper sealed reels, it's a hard call to go back to an Alvy. Like, as much as they are good, they are cool. Like, I've used them a little bit. I'm not that seasoned with Alvies, but I've definitely used them and enjoyed them. Big Island, yeah. I went to Big Island when I was over there. Oh, this was not that trip, the kayak fishing trip, but I went a trip before and I did go to Big Island, but I wasn't fishing there, unfortunately. Geez, some of the fish they do get there though. Crazy. It'd be great to get one of those big tuna, wouldn't it? Those big yellowfin, like big ahi, proper size. Yeah. It was crazy, that Big Island. We went up and we went and stayed with a friend that was up in the mountains. And it was crazy because, yeah, you're down the bottom and it's hot as, you know, you're cranking the aircon. And by the time we got up to the top, it was freezing. It's like, we're all rugged up. And you had like a farm up there. It's pretty cool. Yep, let's find a drop. See if we can get something on. We're out of liveys now. Blown it twice. Hi from NZ, man. NZ. New Zealand is probably the first place I can stop off, maybe, if they open the borders up again. And I'd definitely like to go back. My wife's got family over there as well. I'd definitely like to get back over there. Just got to get there, really. Just got to open some airports, I think. Yeah, some big kings. It would be nice. Watch me get owned by kings off the rocks. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but there is a video on, like, of me, that first New Zealand trip. And that's a bit of a family trip. You get to see the family in it a fair bit. But there's a day 3, or the last video, it wasn't day 3, it was more like day 7, I think. But I'd been chasing kingfish the whole time. That's a mark. And I tell you what, it didn't disappoint by the time I got one, but I tell you, it took some doing. I fished pretty heavily over there. And snuck out any time I could. I went on the kayak and did land base. I eventually got a kingfish on the boat, but that was sort of cheating a little bit. It's because I really wanted to get it off the rocks. And I eventually did get one right up the top, at the very top of New Zealand. It's North Island. And it was a very satisfying fish. Definitely one of the more satisfying fish I've ever caught, that's for sure. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Ajif? Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Rob, come to Wahoo. Yeah, I'd love to, man. Take you fishing. Yeah, Monster Hay, yeah. I was happy with it. I don't think I got an ahi when I was over there. I got maybe what is a sheebie. I got a little one. About as good as I could get, but it was still good. It was still, and in in my area, I've caught yellowfin bigger than that, but in my area, that's not a super common catch unless you get further out. So I was very happy with that catch when I was over there. Got a couple of smaller yellowfin. Seems pretty quiet down there. If I had another livey, I'd probably be in a better position. Let's just drop it back again. Oh, sorry, missed that. You grew up in Sydney, yes. To spearfish. I did a lot of my spearfishing in Sydney in the harbour, which is legal, yes. And I get a lot of questions about that as well. But yeah, and it was mainly, you know, it's your bread and butter species really, like flatties, brim, luteric, mowies. A good mowie was always a treat. But you could go anywhere. Like if you look at those Sydney vids that I put up recently when I went back there and visited my mate Mark, like yeah, all of those places. You know, I wasn't like, but you could go just about anywhere in the harbour, closer to the heads. If you're out like near South Head or not even that far. Like I was like anywhere from say, you probably want to go from about Vaucluse, even Rose Bay, back out towards the heads. But there's no lack of places to go. You could pick any sort of rock work there and pretty much have a good luck. You just got to watch out there. They kind of circle anywhere you can get in. Like Vaucluse Bay wasn't a bad place to go because they pretty much, you're technically not allowed to carry a spear gun through the national parks. I don't know if they've changed that rule, but we've definitely had discussions, lively discussions with rangers about whether I could carry my spear gun or throw it over the park at certain points and get away with it. Because if you're in the water or coming from boat, it's not a problem. But if you're coming from the parks, I don't like you. Obviously, they're trying to discourage people from spearing. The problem is you get, you know, like in general, people, especially spear fishermen, are usually pretty good and very concerned about what they're doing, and it's actually the best way to fish. But then you get so many people, there's just a few people that might ruin it for everyone. So yeah, you just got to be, you know, have we got lots of dodgy chat again? But yeah, like, yeah, try Vaucluse, try anywhere, heading from there all the way out to like South Head. You can go on the outside as well. We've definitely gone on the outside if you've got to pick the right days. Like I wouldn't recommend it now by the looks of things. I think the surf's some way up there, you get smashed. But anywhere from like Ben Buckler all the way down to Maroubra. Oh, here we go. What have I done? Do you have any metal lures? I do have one with me. I know, I probably should get it out. Those bonito probably are still scooting around, aren't they? Even just jigging it from the bottom. I've just got some little metal slugs just for casting, but I don't know. I don't know. Sort of hoping this plastic's going to go off. There's marks on the side. I'll show you the sound in a sec, and you'll see why I'm sticking at it. But it doesn't seem to be happening, does it? quiet. Yeah, this island, what is that? I didn't even know you could do icons that big. What does it say? I'll read it. What's your favourite fish to eat? I like so many different types of fish. I can't, it's like saying, what's your favourite colour or something? It's an impossible question to ask. There's too many good things out there that I don't play favourites. There's too many good things. Even the way you prepare them as well. Like you could get the same fish prepared by the right person and it would be the most delicious thing you've ever eaten. And then you can get, yeah, like a trash fish and turn it into something special. Or you can just ruin a perfectly good fish as well. Okay. Well, what do? Where are we at? 744. Switch to metal. What have we got in here? Well, let's have a look. I don't have any like proper jigs. Yeah, I should. Because I was about to say, like, there's definitely things on the sounder. Look, we're at the tail end of it now. You can see they're disappearing, but there's definitely plenty of things on the sounder there. Surprising that I'm not getting at least some kind of bite. There we go. What have we got here? We have this metal here, which is just like a Halco twisty, which should work. We could put that on, just start dropping it down and ripping it up. What do you reckon? You're right, I should put it on the bigger one, shouldn't I? And this, we'll dangle the plastic and we'll whip that one around a bit and we'll see what happens. See if we can get some love. I do have a squid jig in there, which would be cool as well. Jack, oh mate, stop spending your money, man. If it's the same Jake, sorry. Oh, Jack, sorry, we're Jack. Can we keep conspiracy theories to a minimum? Oh, have we got conspiracy theory stuff going on? Yeah. I'm always surprised at how many people like to talk about it. It's like Bigfoot. Oh, yeah, we're banning someone here, sorry. It's like Bigfoot conversations. Like I'm just not into the old Bigfoot conversation, eh? Just tune out. Yeah, true. Yeah, at least Bigfoot's just a bit of fun and harmless, I guess, yeah. Yeah. Let's not go there. Yeah, I do feel for the guys all stuck in Sydney and that though. I've got a mate down there who you would have seen the videos and he's definitely been, I think he was in, someone got COVID in the school that his girls go to. And then so they had to do 2 weeks of isolation. And then it all went crazy and so they've been since then, so they had 2 weeks before that and now they're stuck in the lockdown. So we'll give that a go. We'll rip that around. That should be good for a bonito up the top. But we'll drop it down here and there as well. And in that case, what we'll do is we'll put a bigger, more, like we'll put something that has some little legs. How about like that? Like a squid vicious, like a big dangly kind of bait. And we'll just let him float a little bit off the bottom. So he should be able to do the work for me. And you never know. Here we are, last ditch effort. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I definitely don't think I've heard of any army going around holding people at gunpoint, telling them to stay in their homes, which I heard it reported on one of these US news channels. And granted, it looked like a pretty sensationalized report, or that news channel, or maybe it was a joke channel or something, but I saw a few news reports going around and I was like, geez, I don't think that's happening. But I'm not in Sydney, maybe it's worse than I think. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they're still out, you know, going to the beach and stuff, and as long as it's in their 5K radius. All right, what are we gonna do? Let's drop this down, we'll get it down to the bottom, and we'll slowly troll that around while we look for something up the top. Still suck though. Still be pretty sucky, stuck in your house for bloody that long. Any catches, mate? We've had action today, but we just cannot seem to make one stick. We got a big one early on, and we broke a rod on it, and then we almost got it in, and then we got another smaller one, and pulled the hooks. I've not actually been to the proper US. The closest I've come is like Hawaii, which is kind of not really, is it? I guess it's 50th state, isn't it? Or something like that. But that's not really counted, I guess. I'd like to get to the mainland for sure, and I'd like to go and get around there, but seems like so far off. Yeah, in Australia, like bonito are pretty good. They're different they're not like bonito that you'd get, say, in like you know how I don't know if you call them bonita or bonita, yeah, but they're not. What you call bonito might be what we call mac tuna. In Hawaii, you definitely eat our mac tuna though. That was a prize catch. A lot more bloody flesh, but it's still pretty good. Sashimi wise, it's actually delicious. Bonito is similar to skipjack, but not the same as skipjack either. Definitely eat a skipjack. If I got my hands on one, that's more like our striped tuna, what we call a striped tuna. All right. Let's let that sit out there and do its thing. And we'll get this metal and we'll start casting that around and dropping it down a bit. There we go. We'll get back around this side. Surely fish can't resist a big dangly squid looking thing. Oh, sorry, I'm missing stuff. Great channel, cheers, thanks Pete. And we got one more. Aaron, is it? Yes, good to see you back on the yak. Yeah, no, we're back. Still got to take it easy a little bit, but yeah, it's nice to be back on the kayak. It's definitely, especially for live streaming. Like I tried one off the rock wall and it was pretty touch and go. But I'll definitely figure out how to do one on the boat at some point. But the reality is I get most of my big fish off the kayak. And because I'm sort of sitting and I can't move from this position, it's kind of not so different to, say, sitting in front of a computer, which is handy. Because it actually, for a live stream, it's so much about the chat that I really need to be sitting in front of the screen. I've broken a few rods recently, haven't I? I broke one just about here on a bloody on a Mac tuna. That was the second last day of the comp this year. I broke one. And that was just maybe a little bit of high. Maybe I had something to do with that. A little bit of high sticking and a little bit of like tuna close to the boat. So he just ran for a run under and just snapped it. I'm not sure if that's a good a story. You can go and watch the video. It's in the video. But we definitely have broken a few. In today's one, we'll go back and watch that if you like. But that was a bit of a disappointment. Still probably wouldn't have got the fish by the looks of things anyway. Well, who knows? Who knows if the hook would have pulled. Let's drop this jig down. Burn it back up. Sweat back over my own lines here. Has anyone got the time in Queensland in Australia? Cheers, thanks for watching from South Africa, was it? 9:50, yeah, okay, that's all right. We're good. Cheers, thank you. 9:50. 7:51. Thanks a lot. Some guys zipping around on their boat. A bit fancier than my boat. Yeah. Cheers from Iceland. Midnight there. YBS. Yeah. The king of, yeah, I guess it's fishing YouTubers. More adventurous. He's more spearfishing really originally, wasn't he? He did start fishing more and more. How's that Christmas Island, hey? How good did that look? Just the water is crystal clear. Portugal, oh, we get the countries coming back in. Do a flip. Well, back flip or camera flip. How much is a stealth kayak? Oh, look, you're probably looking at anywhere from, you get, I'd say, like a brand new, yeah, anywhere around the $3,000 mark to start with. But you can get a second-hand one. Like my first one was definitely a second-hand one, and I think I got it for as cheap as $1,500. And I had to save up. But yeah, you know, like if you're going to use it, it's worth it. But, you know, like any decent kayak, like look at it, say a Hobie and that, you'd easily be looking at that kind of money anyway. So this is the right one for you. The difference in casting with the metal, isn't it? It's so much better. It actually goes somewhere. Something's having a go at that plastic. Just let it sink a bit. What am I fishing for? Well, I would have said something like a tuna or even a sneaky mackerel, early mackerel or something, but now it's just become a free-for-all of whatever I can catch. Because we're out of liveys and we've had a couple of rod breakages, so yeah, oh, snapper. Originally I sort of was hoping to get maybe even a cheeky little snapper, which usually I'd, you know, have a good chance of getting, but things changed. Just wondered, am I knackered yet? Yeah, it's a lot of hard work. Yeah, after a couple of fish and then a lot of casting. Do I do any gaming? Oh. I do, like my kids, my older boy wanted to really play Fortnite and I avoided it for a long time, but eventually I said, you know what? Because I used to like video games when I was a kid. I love video games, mate. They were awesome. balanced out. As long as there's a balance there, it's not a problem as far as I'm concerned. I love gaming. But I don't really play many games anymore, but I did sit down, I said, mate, I'm not letting you play Fortnite unless I play with you, because I wanted to check it out and see what the deal was. And I've got to admit, even recently, I think Broly, like a mate that does fishing channels further up, I did end up having a couple. I've been playing more and more, and I play with my boys, so it's pretty funny. I don't know if I'm going to start streaming gaming anytime soon, but and I think like the big boys games like Call of Duty or whatever, that would be probably the game to play to attract a bigger, like a more adult audience. I guess plenty of adults play Fortnite though, but I just like it because it's fun. But yeah, I'm not very good, which is tough. Where are those bonito when you need them? Let's just drop it down. There's things on the sounder here. We'll go straight down and just burn it up. Good evening for Oklahoma. Yeah, Croatia, everywhere. I heard a splash then. Can't quite narrow down where it came from. From Greece. Oh. When's the tide change? I don't think it's till maybe 11 or something. I don't think I'll stick out. I don't think I got the legs for that. Let's see. Any mahi around? No. Yeah, I think I was saying before, they would be around, but you just need to get a bit further out. You never know. Every now and then you get some come in. But yeah, I won't hold my breath today. Is it Algeria? Wow. From Germany. Maybe we just slow jig it for a second. See if we can get something. It is pretty random, isn't it? That you can get, yeah, like 700 people just tuning in for this. Sweden, Switzerland. It really is everywhere these days, huh? New Zealand. Ireland. What's that? Your laptop broke? I hope it comes good, mate. Aren't my legs sore? What, for the position they're in? It's kind of not a bad seating position. Because they're lower, a little bit lower than the seat spot, so it just doesn't feel that uncomfortable. Cleveland. Everywhere, mate. England. England. In mackerel season, like if the spotties were around, just even doing this, you'd get like there's a chance of just a big mackerel hook up. How good would that be? You'd think that the doggies would even be around here, like school mackerel. No reason why I couldn't get a good fish on the jig, on the metals, just burning them in. It's just not quite the season yet. But come summer, just doing this could get you a very nice fish. Oh. Oh, cheers, thank you, Jared. Hey, man, how you going? Have you ever, oh, God. I don't want to go there on that one. I haven't had the vaccine yet, and I'm not against it by a long shot, but I haven't yet. So we'll check that. I don't want to start that whole argument though, because everyone seems to have an opinion on it. But yeah, we'll get there. I dare say, if I was in Sydney, I might be thinking differently about it as well. But I probably shouldn't go there, should I? Check my plastic. Oh, I'll check in a sec. Something hit it. Did it go? Well, he's still got all his legs, so it must have been a pecker. Might as well drop it down on that. Sorry if I keep licking my lips. I got these this cold air has dried them out something crazy. Can't stop licking them. How slow is it going down with this bigger bait on it? It's only like a quarter of the way. Thanks, Michael. Wow, thank you. Any luck? We have had a few fish on, but I'm not sure if I'd say it's my lucky day. Definitely lost a few fish. There's definitely little peckers down there. You can feel them just nibbling on the legs or something. How deep? It's only about 20, just about 20 meters. Yeah. Try and get it down a bit quicker this time. But it seems like it's gone a bit slow now. The liveys definitely would do the trick, but I think we'll call it in a sec. What do we got? 7:29 still. Thanks for hanging in there. What was that? Fraser. Oh, the Fraser Marlin. I don't want to do it in my boat, like my inflatable boat. I think once I get if I do go and get a different boat, maybe I can borrow a boat. Someone did offer me a boat recently, like a bigger boat, but I was too big. I was like, oh, I don't know what I'd do with that thing. So maybe if I do get a different boat, I think I'd definitely like to do that trip again. But I'm a bit worried that I'm gonna, like a marlin's just gonna punch in my boat. I don't think it'd be too much of a problem. I can always do what I did last time and get back to shore, but it just seems reckless for no real reason. So yeah, maybe if I had a different kind of craft, maybe. What is it? I came here to escape the nasty within the world. Yeah, I know. I'll try and keep my chat unlike the others, and I don't want to go down that road as well. Hopefully we can keep you here, mate. I understand exactly where you're coming from. Let's just enjoy it and not get political. What colour plastic? What do we got? We've got it's like that pink shine colour, that pink and white, and the white bit glows, which I like. And then we've got like one of those big squid vicious things on. We had a smaller one on before, but we switched to the big squid because we were just letting it hang out the back. Not that it's helping. All right, where to? I'll go once out and we'll see if we can find something else. What have I missed? Well, it sort of broke the curse. We missed some fish, but we didn't quite manage to get any of them in. Robbie. Thanks, mate. Last ditch effort. Let's go out wider, find a mark, drop on it, catch a snapper and go home. We'll come all the way back into shag, but it seems pretty quiet here. It'll get to the point where I'm making so many excuses that it gets a bit depressing on the chat. You can feel I've definitely done that when I don't know if I talked about it last time, but I definitely feel like my enthusiasm starts. It's like any fishing trip. You start out like just so pumped and excited, and then you start realizing it starts to set in that maybe it ain't going to go your way. And maybe it's just not going to go quite the way you thought. And you can feel that enthusiasm level drop and start thinking of other things. And you can just tell in my tone, I think. And then I start seeing people drop off the feed, which is understandable. I don't blame you. Like, it's the time, that you probably would want to drop off. Let's put that little lure out the back and troll him. But yeah. So we're reaching that time right now. All right. What do we got? A bit further away. I don't want to get into some slightly better water. Yeah, the enthusiasm, the stoke levels were high at the beginning, and now there's, it's slowly gone down. After we lost that first fish, after the second fish, I was still pretty pumped by that first fish, even though it didn't quite go our way. Would have liked a better look at it. Wonder what it was exactly. I would have liked to, been able to tell you exactly what it was. That would have been ideal. Definitely things on the sounder here, so we'll drop it down. Ooh. Moving a bit fast. Right, I'm planning to get the Tohatsu 9.8 2-stroke for the True Kit. Oh, lost it. Yeah, look, I reckon on the 3.3 version that I had, I thought that the 9.8 was actually plenty powerful. Got me up to almost 30 k's at times, depending on how favourable the wind was, and it was pretty good. Yeah, no, I didn't have a problem with that. I think on the 4 metre, I thought struggle. I was surprised at the 18 because I got an 18 horsepower 2-stroke, basically just a bigger version of that motor on the 4 metre, and it doesn't go quite as fast as I thought it was going to, considering how light the boat is. But I think it's just, what was that? Something just came up and took a big breath. Probably turtle. But yeah, no, I'd say I think 9.8 on that boat is good because it's so portable as well. It's so light that it makes it such a portable, easy boat to manage. That I think, yeah, and especially if you're packing it up and you don't have it on a trailer, I think that light motor is perfect. Wouldn't go any smaller, but yeah. No, look, it keeps it super portable, and it counts for a lot. Could be the difference between you taking it out every week or not. So I think that's important. Because it doesn't matter how big the motor is if you never take it to get it to the water, because you're just so over dealing with it. But yeah, I think on the 4 metre though, I definitely wouldn't go smaller than that. Like I'd go max horsepower, like 20 horsepower, 18 horsepower is fine as well. Like I'm still moving on along pretty quick, but I thought it'd be a bit quicker. It's got the torque, like it doesn't seem, it's no slouch like from the get-go. Once I got the prop sorted and got the proper prop on it, I think I'm running a 10.5 pitch stainless steel prop on it now. And I think that it made a big difference with just some low end and picking up to get onto planing speed and being able to hold it at lower revs. It definitely made the difference there. But it didn't make any difference in top end speed, I'd say, from the original just alloy prop. So yeah, look, yeah, I don't know, to be honest, especially when the weather's not perfect, I don't know if you would be able to go any faster anyway, because it still gets up just under 40 k's an hour. So that's pretty fast really on a tiny boat like that, especially when you're sitting so low to the water. But for some reason I thought it'd go faster because I was going pretty quick with the 9.8, and with all those extra horses I thought it'd go a bit quicker. But you know, it's all a balance. Like, because it's a heavier motor, if it was any heavier than that 18, I definitely would never pretty much ever pack it up and put it in the car. Whereas, you know, with the 9.8, just pack it up and chuck it in the boot. And it's not a problem. So that's the difference. Yeah, no, someone just asked if there's any island trips coming up. I've done an island trip. I just got back before I came over here. So it's literally sitting on SD cards at home. So as soon as I get home, I'll edit it. I just didn't have time to get it done. I sorted all the footage out, but realised I was dreaming if I thought I was going to bang that out in one day. So yeah, when we get back. So that hence a live feed today. But it's been good to do live feed. It feels like ages since I've done it. So live feed's good. Get it in the mix here and there. I don't know though. I reckon this might be my last drop, and then I think we might call it. Yeah, if anyone hasn't, hit that like button before you go. Let's get it out there so maybe some people can watch it after the fact. What's that? You get diminishing return as you increase in horsepower. Yeah, well it's definitely the case. Look, you know, yeah, I couldn't really go much faster, especially when it get a little bit of chop. You know, you're really pushing it to go much faster than 30 k's an hour anyway. Because you'd just be getting smashed in the you're just getting smashed up and down non-stop. And that speed in a little boat's pretty good. But sometimes you get those. The only reason I've ever really been left wanting is when, say I know I've got a big run, say back from an island, like that last island I came back from was a 20k run all the way across, and on the way back the ocean it flattened out a bit. On the way there was terrible, but on the way back it was pretty good. And I found myself really wishing I could, you know, head back at 50 k's an hour, you know. But, you know, it's part of the trade-off with that size boat. Come on, if it's going to fly off, now's the time. I think it just hit the bottom and just stopped. Yeah. It's nice on the water today, though. It's definitely calmed right down. Let's give him a couple of bounces. Let that squid do his thing. Yeah. Still faster than on the yak. Yeah, true. But the kayak, you know, it's such a different thing, isn't it? Yeah, they've got a couple of friends. They're not so much fishermen, but they're into camping and boating, and I've got to admit, one of them's definitely into fishing, and he's got like a beautiful, like a bar crusher. And I was very jealous, and I went and I was actually out at IKEA. If anyone knows this area, that's out near, and just around the corner from the IKEA is the bar crusher place. So I went and had a little peek. The annoying thing about that boat is, look, I think it might be a bit out of my price range anyway, but you know, if you paid it off in finance, it'd be worth it. But the problem with the bar crusher was that I think the smallest model they made was 5.3 meters, I think it was. So as nice as the boat is, it's just getting to that size where I don't really want to go quite that big. I know most people are saying that's not a big boat, but for what I do, I think I'm more of a small craft guy. But yeah, like I said, I think I've definitely got my eye on one particular boat, but whether I can get my hands on it or not is another thing. But it's the Stabicraft 1450. Seems pretty good, but yeah, I'm just toying with ideas at this stage. But who knows? When he hooks up again, I don't know. Might not get a Haynes, but that's such a big boat, isn't it? Like, it would be a cool boat, and the fiberglass is better in the chop, but yeah, whether I'm a fiberglass guy, because I do go to a lot of islands where it's going to get beat up a lot, and it's going to get a lot of it's going to cop a lot of scraping and banging into things. I'm thinking maybe I might be an aluminium kind of guy. Don't know. I'll put some thought into that. I don't think I'm really ready for all that yet anyway. I've got time to think about that, that's for sure. Still enjoying the inflatable. But if I want to get out to Marlin, I don't know. I want to catch stuff I can eat as well. So that's why the Marlin, it is a pretty cool spot up there, because it's such a long run up, and there's plenty of other fish options. So you can catch fish and then still, and you know, I almost catch the Marlin as bycatch, almost. Because there's still, like, the spotties and the mackerel were still hitting the skirts, the marlin skirts. And that was cool. But we'll see. It would be cool. Folder boat. I'm not sure what folder boat is. I think I might have seen them come across them. I think I'd go the inflatable over folder boat. Get something like Brody Moss. Yeah. My whole family could live on that boat, mate. And I don't know how I'd fit it in the garage, that's for sure. That's another world altogether. Definitely well and truly out of my it's not even in my my field of view at all. It would be one hell of a boat though, wouldn't it? Imagine being able to do a journey like on that, like just getting in it and just, fuel must cost a lot though. See, that's another thing. Anyway, I think we'll wrap it up though. We're just chatting and being silly now. We're not even fishing. So thank you so much for joining, guys, and thanks for sticking with it for so long. But yeah, I think we'll wrap it up. It's a pity we didn't get that big one at the beginning. But new island videos coming out, let's say next Saturday. Next Saturday, the New Island trip will start, and it was a good trip, so hopefully you enjoy it. I'll try and put a bit of effort into the editing, and we'll see you then. All right, dudes. Cheers. Bye.